Ugh. Let's see where I'm on.
Oh, welcome
2-9.
back. Oh,
I need to use the restroom.
you're more welcome to use the restroom, Angler. I used the restroom while you were talking. All right, so we're back in 16. We played a little bit yesterday. Got further into the game. Ideally, this stream is gonna go into the Titan fight and end it, and then afterwards we'll call it there. Because I would like to take care of some other stuff. This is mainly just so I can progress through the game at a faster rate.
How the hell did that happen? They spotted us. With me, Tingle.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to disagree with Kyle on the no builds thing. Once Devil told me about this one, which apparently my friend told me was the meta build. Oh, things changed drastically. I did end up buying a new PC today. It's gonna show up later, but that's cool. I'm gonna pay it off over 24 months though. I'll try and pay it off within like 5 though. I don't like having bills stack on for that long. Oh, so where is he? Oh, there he is. There we go. Yes, so this mission should lead into the Titan boss fight, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the boss fight that battle was implying gave Clive tens of minutes of stamina.
Dalmekia's finest.
Definitely, Clive is not the character I would argue for a stamina battle against anyone, especially after our last fight with Kupka. But, I mean, whatever.
I'm alive.
Welcome back. Yeah, I'll just touching on some things.
And what were you perhaps allegedly touching?
Don't say it like that.
Would you like to inform me as to what was occurring? Would you like to enlighten the class?
Well, just talking about how Clive is definitely not the character I would argue having stamina to beat anybody in a stamina fight. Always definitely a weird position. Even among like not even ignoring Dante, like Clive's best stamina feats are like 30 minutes at best, and that's being very generous to time frames. Hello, Kyle. Speaking of generosity.
Does he have some
I saw
stamina
him.
issues?
I saw him, and then he left.
Does he have stamina issues? In your opinion?
Yeah.
Yes.
He goes through one fight with Kupka, and then immediately gets tired afterwards. The fight, like, at most, could be like 10 minutes before he was already exhausted. And he didn't even go Icon in that fight.
Hmm.
It was definitely, it's just not the guy you would be arguing that can go the distance, is just what I'm saying. Definitely was a weird position that battle had. Even ignoring who his opponent was.
I see.
Never up that dash.
Also, hello, Kyle. How are you doing?
Yes, I am here.
That's why I said hello.
He transformed from his wallflower state into his speaking state.
He descended. Yeah, so hopefully we can get through the Titan lost fight today. Because I don't
Just
want
wait
to.
until I.
What?
Just wait until I reach my final form, the Sinister Minister.
What the kind of title is that? Oh no, guys, be careful! It's the Sinister Minister. You know what? Maybe a villain in some sort of fucking Broadway play.
Oh, man's getting hit by a black hole. It's crippling him. Sorry, just don't mind me.
Are you talking about Superman or are you talking about Clyde?
No, no, I was talking about Superman.
Oh, so Steam sales are going on right now, and I'm kind of glad I wasn't able to buy Borderlands on my Xbox because I missed the time frame. Because Steam's selling everything for Borderlands 1 through 3, and I mean everything, including the game like Borderlands 3 and its fucking special edition for $25.
You know what you could have gotten on the Microsoft Store?
The
It's on
one that
sale
I
right
was
now.
going to grab on the Microsoft Store, yes, but now I can grab all of it, including Borderlands
Well,
3, for
I
20
was gonna
bucks.
say, I recommend this to everybody. You should get Eternal Blade.
The hell's Eternal Blade?
It's a 2D hack and slash. Has puzzles, platforming, lots of combat, time manipulation, and a really cool story, characters, and like world.
Oh yes, and I also purchased a new console, a new PC today, and I'm paying off for 24 months. Hello, Jeremy. So that's nice.
Also, only $3.74 for each game.
That's a little out of my budget.
Yeah, it's made by a smaller studio, so it's not as well. It's actually very ambitious for like a smaller studio.
This must be the way out.
Oh my word, am I
Uh,
actually going to get straight to the Kupka fight? Is the game not going to drag on and force me through a whole level of fucking redundancy? Nope, I was wrong. Don't mind me.
Sometimes, especially when it's painful.
Ah. Yeah, no. So Death Battle did. Someone did catalog the list of Death Battle matchups that they, I guess, disagreed with or thought that were wrong. It seems to be everything prior to season 4. It looks like. I am surprised that Dante versus Bayonetta was not talked about for being wrong because they didn't talk about Dante versus Bayonetta, even though by Death Battle standards, Bayonetta should be at least multiversal after Bayo 3. I would assume.
They don't want to attract any flack that's unnecessary. Even back then, they weren't confident in giving her the win, even if they thought they had the research for it, because they were scared of outreach. That's half the reason why they made Bayonetta win. They admitted this in the Death Battle cast, that like the DMC fans were just intense, apparently, which I found to be hilarious, of all things. But that was their reasoning.
I've always heard that situation, that DMC fans are super intense and shit, and like that there's like a whole pile of them somewhere that are just repping Dante day in and day out, and I'm just like, where are these people? Why
Yeah,
have I
because
never seen them?
I've been to their Discord servers and they hate power scaling with a fiery passion. So is it just the fact that you don't actually want to have that argument and throw down, because Dante just has more blatant, more obvious examples of bullshit hacks and like too much surrounding lore?
I wonder if their position is more so that they just don't want to deal with like DMC fans and power scaling, but then they did Dante versus Clive, so like that can't be accurate.
I think they just wanted to make the money off of it and just run with it. They're like, whatever. Because I don't think they've done a death battle cast since then.
No, I think they did one. Hang on.
Did they do one on the episode, actually?
No, the Death Battle. No, they did not do a Death Battle cast on the episode. No.
Yep. That's what I thought. FF16 gaming, that it is, Jeremy. That it is.
Just trying to fucking get to this boss fight. Just trying to
Actually,
get more about shit. Oh, let's go.
I actually just found out recently that when I read comics on my Microsoft Edge browser, I can scan in and out with some of the buttons. I didn't know I could do that with the actual controller. I thought I had to use like the browser settings, and I'm very happy.
That sounds very convenient, yes.
It is very convenient.
But yeah, no. So a whole year of Death Battle has come and gone. So that's nice. I am wondering if Bayonetta will show up at some point. I'm still holding out hope she will. I would like to see Death Battle just wank her to high heaven.
It's kind of sad because I'd like Bayonetta to actually get a properly represented matchup, but I know that's never going to happen because her representatives are questionable.
Did you ever actually agree, get a time to talk to Daniel or no?
He never responded back to me. I gave him my conditions. I explained the position in great detail,
He's a pretty
and I gave
busy
him a
guy.
time frame.
He's a pretty busy guy.
By the flames.
It's entirely possible, and he seemed busy with what he said until
Is
he
he?
responded to me when he had the chance, and then he never responded to me again.
Zim, fucking Izzy. He spends more times making Bayonetta blogs for the fucking Versus Wiki than he does anything else.
Things by heart.
It's entirely possible he is completely busy. I don't know his schedule. I don't know what he's dealing with. I'm
He's a
not
busy
I'm
boy.
not going to assume. Well, I'm just going to point out
What's up, Dole? What's
that
up?
after I came back to him with the message, he's not responded since then.
I see. Is Titan gonna beat the fraud allegations? I would actually not call Titan a fraud in this game personally. Although granted his semi-base form was left some to be desired. Oh, it's Slipnir.
Let the try.
Is his name already given to us? Oh, Lord Harbord. Yeah.
Is that an enemy that slips in and out of reality, perchance?
No, it's not.
Oh, that's lame.
Well, he's a fraction
Missed
of the
opportunity.
power, so wasn't what the fuck?
Missed opportunity.
I'm fighting
Should have
the
been slippage
Undertaker.
of
This isn't WWE.
Hang on a minute. I've seen some wrestling moves in there.
Wow.
Taking you so long to do
Holy
damage.
shit, that just tore up his fucking stamina bar, or I guess his will to fight bar. That was wild damage. There we go. He's a creation of Odin. I'm pretty sure he's the horse, isn't he? Good damage output, good damage output. Perfect. There we go. This ain't easy fight, Zim? I mean, yeah, it's certainly going pretty easy. Nope, the Odin's army consists of... Wait, Kyle went through the Titan fight? What? Did Kyle went through a Titan fight in his gameplay stream? Because I don't think I was there for that. Yeah, Kyle fought Titan on stream. Kyle, you fought Titan on stream, right?
I went through the entire story on stream.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Kyle went through everything on stream. I could have sworn that... Because I'm pretty sure we were talking about the Titan fight on stream at one point. Wow. That's actually fucking insane damage. Holy fuck. My friend did tell me this build was for sweats, and he is absolutely right. Good lord.
Load out.
Yeah, this build is pretty good, Devil!
Load out.
Mangler, regarding DMC5, what would you consider a specific order of Devil Bringers for Nero? What would you call that?
A loadout.
You sure you want to call it a build?
Don't try and fucking
No,
sway him. No, don't try and
It's a
fucking
load.
sway him. He
It's
gave
just
you
a
your
loadout.
fucking answer.
That's the official answer.
Power of Muthos.
Don't try and fucking sway him, Zim. He gave you the official answer. Now shut the fuck up and eat your humble pie.
Oh, no, it's a build. He's wrong.
Oh, fucking build. It's a
Not a
loadout.
build. It's not a build because you're not changing anything about Nero's actual base statistics or anything about his
Thank you.
kit. Just
Oh my
just
God,
the
no,
Devil
fucking
Breakers.
thank you. I could have
And
had you here last night.
that's like saying I have a build with Dante because I picked Agni and Rudra and like
Oh
the
my
shotgun and
The
spiral.
order
I swear to God,
matters.
Zim,
The order matters.
Zim, I swear to God.
Bro,
Zim,
you have
I
a
swear
better
to God.
argument. If you were using the amulets, that'd be like a better argument because at least the amulets have like an actual statistic applied to them, but those are also limited to Devil Trigger.
No, Zim. I can take a photo of my hands. They are not up Mangler's ass. This is him talking because he's saying exactly what the fuck I said last
You
night.
just became Kyle's favorite person in this
How many ARPGs have you actually played? I just genuinely want to know.
It's because so me and Devin were calling these builds because it's an RPG, so we call them builds. And Kyle's
Yeah, because FF16 is an ARPG.
It's not a
Devil May
fucking.
Cry. Yeah, yes, it is.
No,
Yes, it is.
no.
Because
16,
you call
16
you
doesn't
call
have-
it a hack and slash, do you not?
16 doesn't have a fucking build. It has loadouts. You can't change anything that enhances your stats besides from putting on better shit at the point in time.
Hold on. If you want to get technical, the items you get would be a build then, because you can swap the items for different percentages of cooldowns.
To be clear, you can
Jim, because there's not a set designated thing of like, oh, I'm gonna build up the golden one. No, you just pick up the new piece of shit that's higher.
That's not true. That's your standard gear, but like your items have different properties, kind of like in God of War, where it gives you cooldown reduction and shit. So there are builds technically.
God of War actually has fucking builds with the armors.
Yes, but okay, Kyle.
Well, God of War has a stat line that you can build into. Does Final Fantasy 16 have anything like that, or tons of equipable items?
You can equip items that increase your stats, but you can also equip accessories that give you special properties. Like, for example, I have a ring that whenever I dodge, basically semi-primes me.
You have, for example, armors, apparel, a leveling system, anything like that?
You don't really have a leveling system. You just get generic stat boosts after each level. It's kind of one of the worst parts about the game, to be honest.
Wait, but I thought you could get stat checked in this game by, like, bosses.
Not really. Technically, you can beat the game at level 1. At least according to Kyle, you can. I guess you saw someone do it.
Well, how's there a level 1 if there's not a leveling system?
Well, there is a leveling system, but when you level up, you don't choose your stats. You just automatically get generic stat buffs.
Okay, so that would still be an RPG. That would just be a shitty designed RPG.
It is a very poorly designed RPG game. Yes, this should have been.
Yeah. My position is that would just be a JRPG because it has, or not a JRPG, an action RPG, because it has elements of a hack and slash and an action game, but it's fundamentally an RPG. Whether it's well designed or not doesn't matter.
Jeremy, how did you forget fucking Mangler's voice already? What the fuck? It's been like 2 weeks.
Guys, we're not the same person. Holy shit. I was joking when I said you made fun of when you made that mistake a lot. You're not supposed to actually make that mistake. Yeah, Kyle, speak. Let them know. Let them hear your voice.
Speaking, letting them know.
Do these two voices sound the same?
Do these two voices sound the same?
Shut up, Kyle!
Shut up, Kyle.
Ultima.
Somebody to
Oh
end
man,
him.
don't you just hate echoes?
It's this time that I wish my equipment actually started failing. You guys kind of have the same voice. No, we do not! I have a higher pitched voice than him! And I have, like, overall, like, a low voice. So, like, I just have a better range of octave than Kyle does.
Yeah,
He's an
Kyle's got
accent!
very octave.
He's from
Damn!
Australia!
Kyle,
He doesn't
you
sound the
have
same
an
as me!
accent? I never knew.
I'm not a person. I'm just an accent.
I thought you were gonna say I'm not a person, I'm just Australian. And I was like, Kyle, no.
Kyle's voice are actually distinct, but Mangler's isn't apparently. All right.
What in the world?
Poor Mangler. With his not legally distinct voice.
You. This is disappointing. I'll be back.
I'm sorry.
Think about what I said.
So, Kid, so recently there was an event that occurred that caught me off guard.
What's that?
It happened in Australia actually recently. I was on the news and I saw there was a shooting that happened. Now my honest to God reflexive reaction was, damn it, not again. What state was it this time? But it wasn't America this time. It was in Australia. And that was the wildest fucking moment for me. Because I'm just like, oh, wow, that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, you know why? Because it's the
No, I
biggest
didn't look into it.
massacre. Because it's our biggest massacre since Port Arthur, which happened like 20 or 30 years ago.
Wow.
Because the difference between us, and you have a massacre. It doesn't even make the news.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, well, technically, it always does. It's just that I just saw a shooting, and I'm like, gosh darn it, which one this time? But no, I saw Australia, and I'm like, oh well, fuck me. Okay, that was not the place I was expecting to be on there. Devil asked what you didn't want me to skip. That was it, Devil. Devil, nothing even happened in that cutscene. I'm so glad I didn't skip it. We're just gonna take all of his stuff while we're here as well. Yeah, no. That was just the wildest moment for me when I was genuinely caught off guard that the tragedy had happened, not in the United States because it happened so frequently here. That was, I think, the first time I genuinely realized how unsanitized or how desanitized I was to the event in question.
Talking about your cleanliness for a minute, and I was like, wait a minute, that can't be right.
No. There was a shooting in Australia this week, but I was telling Kyle how when I first saw the news of the shooting, my initial reaction was, what state in America did it this time? And then when I saw it was
like,
not
oh, it's in
America,
Australia, you're like, oh, wait a minute, that doesn't seem right.
no, like literally, I was trying to like, wait, those happen over there? It was just the weirdest moment, and it also kind of like reminded me how desensitized I was to the whole like event. Not a good thing, mind you, but you know, just the facts of life as they are. Ugh. And actually, I gotta re-download Clair Obscura pretty soon because I have to go beat Simon since Kyle has beaten Simon, and I can't allow Kyle to be ahead of me in that game. Although, did you respec your build? Can I say build for Clair Obscura, Kyle? Is that okay?
Yes, because those are actual builds. because you're actually fucking building a character. Because it has builds and a loadout.
Well, just making sure that it fits your criteria.
I'm sorry that I was fucking right. Fucking suck me off.
No, Kyle, I will not do that.
Well, subtlety. Right to the business, I see.
Hello, Rosella Cross.
If you don't ask, you don't get.
What's the phrase? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take? Holy shit, there's a person in front of me.
They tend to do that.
Holy shit, it's Kupka. Man, this man took forever to get to the fucking crystal. I had to fight through his entire castle.
So much. Kuka!
Oh. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't ever show, like, full-on nudity in this game, because they really want to be, like, adult.
What's wrong with him?
I think later on, you end up seeing Barnabas, like, sleeping with his mother, I think? Technically, it's Ultima, so that sounds weird to say without context, but, like, Ultima's, like, impersonating his mother.
You!
That still means he slept with his mother, though.
Hold
Yeah, but
on,
that's okay in Zen.
Hold on, I've seen enough female romance novels to know where this is going.
I would say that's not a problem for Ultima. That's a problem for like the person that was like, "Oh, it's my mother." Okay, this is fine.
I thought Mangle was about to say, "Oh, it's my mother," and he held the goal.
No, Wrangler would not
Well,
say
also,
that.
this is Sony. To be clear, they'd be completely fine with putting in something like the Wincest, but nudity, no, that'd be embarrassing.
What the fuck is that? You're like, yeah, Sony has no problem with incest, but nudity? Never.
Oh, because they're very much interested in portraying things that are like not mainstream, but then like their positions on censorship are extremely mainstream.
Which is super weird.
It's almost cherry picking, kind of.
Are you accusing the $1 billion game company of cherry picking?
You can do it again.
How dare I?
The flames burn with
Look at this. Look at how easy it is, Devil, for him to go Ifrit. And remember that he made Jill fight all of his fights for him. Look at how easy that is.
It's supposed to be his mother that doesn't treat him well, or something.
Yeah, it is. But he doesn't treat Jill very well because he learned it from his mother.
What? No, like, didn't she literally have him enslaved or something? Like, why
Yeah.
is she in his party?
No. No,
Then
his mother
why-
is currently sleeping with a 70-year-old man.
Why is she constantly
To be
being
clear-
brought up in the context of the events? Is she helping him?
No, she hates him. She's trying to kill him.
Oh. Okay.
I completely forgot that Kupka just sends Ifrit flying back like that. Titan, let's talk about this. I'm not Noctis.
This
So
is
I'm
Square-
a bit of a handicap.
This is Square Enix, not Sony, though. God of War shows no sense with nudity. It is Sony, though, because it was made PlayStation exclusive because of Sony.
Oh, he got his arms back. Good
And to
for
be
him.
clear, God of War not having any issue with nudity, that
Someone
has
timed this fight.
not been the case. That has
Someone-
not been the case as of recently. When they made it more family friendly, it absolutely cut down on all the nudity.
Someone time this fight for me. I want to see how long it takes me to win this.
5 bazillion years.
I want to see if I want to see if I can do a death battle accurate Clive fight.
Oh, you can just pause the game and then walk away.
Why do I have no moves as Ifrit? Where are my moves? Do I unlock those as time goes on, or what the fuck is this?
No, you've got everything.
What do you mean I have everything, Kyle? I just have X and Y.
You have everything.
Kyle, don't say that. Pause it. What do you want, Double?
No longer PlayStation exclusive. Go. That doesn't matter. It was made as a PlayStation exclusive by Sony.
It was.
So it doesn't like, yeah, you can play it as a non-PlayStation property, but that was not how it was marketed and how it was presented in the context of the story. Plenty of Final Fantasy games were presented in the same light. Some of them were made to be multi-platform, and a lot of them weren't. 16 was one of the ones that wasn't.
You know, I just
The only reason
remembered that fucking what's her face Bandicta had boobs when she was as her harpy form, and so does Shiva. Very convenient that men lose their genitalia when they transform. Otherwise, this would be a really awkward fight.
not by Sony. That's a partnership deal. A partnership deal would still be exclusivity. Why are you acting like that's something different?
Why, Zim? Do you want Kupka to be like, I'm gonna hit you with the wrong hard?
I was hoping for a more direct weak spot to work with personally, since I can jump up to about his waist before I start falling.
What, you want to talk? You want to shadow the Colossus his cock?
To be clear, Sony,
Well,
for things that they don't
Zim, are you
finance.
Nice trick.
Zim, are you telling me you want to go cock climbing? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you that I would have appreciated a more convenient weak spot to hit.
Zim, you can't go cock climbing. It's not Saturday.
Hang on. It's just finance, not determined. Devil, if Sony will censor multi-platform games they didn't spend a dime on, what makes you think they wouldn't censor a game they put their money into? How does that make sense?
Is
in
that
your mind?
shield? I'm gonna have to look up that shield's description later, because is that from Just Titan, or is that like the thing that Joshua uses? That is a stone. That is a big stone. Man, it is soaring across the ground like it is. Wait, I think it's gonna miss.
Them female breasts are not technically private parts. You don't see the vaginas in their econ form. That depends on how much of the breasts you're
that's
seeing.
because
No, with that attitude.
That's because it's covered. Shiva wears clothes, and the harpy I think also is wearing either clothes or has like a fur coat on.
You mean feathers?
Let's give this a try.
We call it a fur coat personally.
Not bad.
It's a feather coat. It would just be natural feathers.
Fur.
No.
I'm pretty sure I'm
It's
right
a
on
fur
this
coat.
one.
No, you're fucking not.
Who's chatting as well? I just see me and Jeremy. I think it's just you and Jeremy.
It's just
Unfortunately,
you and Jeremy.
you're all alone, Devil. Your only choice is to survive.
Actually, no, we had Celicross here earlier, but I guess Celicross is either busy doing shit or took off. Oh, that motherfucker just fucking kicked me. Fuck you, Titan.
Deserves.
How dare he kick you in the middle of a fight? Crazy.
It's
Shameful,
weird.
even.
I'd like to be clear that he is like 50 times my size. I'm kidding.
Zim,
Like
look at
10.
abilities list. Apparently, Devil has been asking you to look at your abilities list. Get to it, you scrub.
Devil, I don't have abilities.
He does not have abilities, apparently, Devil. I find that hard to
I'm gonna call
believe.
bullshit right now on this fight lasting any longer than like fucking 10 minutes at best. These fuckers would be beating the shit out of each other.
He's asking you to pause it and look at your abilities.
Devil, I haven't bought any of the basic abilities. We've been over this. We talked about this.
I think he wants to see it for himself.
I told him to. He was on the last big stream.
Devil, apparently you were on the last stream. Is this correct?
Fuck off.
It counts. Yep. He does want to double check.
I'm trying to beat this as quickly as I can, Devil. There we go.
Why?
I need to check and see how accurate Death Battle was with their timing, because if I can beat this in like 20 minutes, man, I'm being slapped around. I dodged. What the fuck is this?
How much stamina did they say he had based on this fight again?
50 minutes. Well, to be fair, there's 2 more parts to the fight. It's more than one section.
Is that how long it took them to beat the fight? Was 50 minutes?
Yes, there is no time frame given for any of these boss fights. They are assuming based on the average time it takes people to beat it, because if you look on YouTube for the whole fight lasts like 50 minutes for most YouTubers.
Oh, damn, if we're gonna go by that logic, Virgil's fight should last hours.
Oh, if that's the
People
case,
getting their asses kicked.
Wait, boys. If that's the case, do you want me to wear a super costume and then try and fucking like fight the savior as Dante?
Can I just leave a bunch of videos of me taking over 3 hours to be Virgil? Would that persuade them?
Like, technically speaking, if we're going by the ones that actually have most of his abilities, we kind of have to fight, like, DMD Virgil. And nobody's beaten DMD on their first try in, like, 50 minutes.
Titan lost. Beautiful. So, I'm actually going to go on a limb here and say Titan lost. Oh, wait, Clive, are you tired? Clive, how are you tired in your icon form? That's not how that's supposed to work. Get off your fucking knees.
How do you know he isn't just trying to confuse the enemy?
That's rude. You can't say that to people.
Get off your knees. I'm actually gonna say this. This isn't a hot take, but Titan Lost is probably capable of 1v1ing every icon except for like fucking Clyde, basically. And I guess Bahamut with the crystal. I have no reason to believe that the others could. Odin might have a chance, but like I don't see the others having a chance.
Finally, I got some decent resistances for Superman.
Clive, could you perhaps go faster?
Wait, is that even a... Hold up. I actually have to figure this out.
Oh, no one's stopping you.
What's the lowest temperature degree that we can have below zero in Fahrenheit?
Faster, you dumb fuck! I really like that. Too bad for Titan Lost. I'm a small guy who can still hurt him, so I have every advantage in this fight.
So technically...
Oh, go on.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, this fight is the equivalent of trying to fight a fly that can throw you and beat the shit out of you. Good luck fighting this.
Now, why Fahrenheit? Specifically because of the amount of degrees that are mentioned. Celsius doesn't have that many degrees below zero.
It's just negative.
Well, so the context... No. Listen to what I was going to fucking say before you open your mouth. So, the person that's freezing him says, I'm going to hit you with the full force of my freeze force, and he says, surely you don't think a temperature of 400 degrees below zero is cold enough to give me chills. Even if you believe that was negative, give me an example of Celsius having any temperature range below negative 273. There isn't, because Celsius doesn't go lower than that. That's absolute zero. So you have to use Fahrenheit. Also, Superman is...
Mangler, if it fucking tells you Celsius, it's fucking Celsius. I'm sorry.
It doesn't say Celsius. It says 400 degrees below zero. Degrees can refer to Celsius or Fahrenheit.
Okay, so do they specify like which measuring system they're using for the temperature?
No, but typically Superman uses Fahrenheit, and if you look up what the lowest Fahrenheit temperature is, it's 459. Celsius's lowest one is negative 273. Celsius doesn't have enough numbers. So he would only be referring to Fahrenheit. It doesn't even get into the 300s.
Does Titan Lost not regrow his arm?
I was just pointing this out just to say that he finally, I found a good resistance for him. He can resist things near absolute zero. Because he does say it's not cold enough to give him chills. And he just breaks out of it.
That's a fist. So this is the Titan Lost fight. I'm literally. I don't even think Clive scales the Titan Lost really. I'm literally just picking him down piece by piece. Like I don't know if this is a full scaling discussion to be had here. He ate a full-powered fucking fucking slam with no difficulty. Oh, motherfucker! Eh. Get the fuck over here. Ooh, I'm so glad I did not fucking use my ability for that. Nope, nope. Oh, you bitch!
I forgot that pre-crisis Superman has really silly morals. No matter how noble, the end never justifies the mean.
Because I fucking don't need them half the time, so I didn't bother buying the basic fucking moves for Clive because they should just be given to you. They're not even all that fucking expensive.
I mean, he's not even got a style. Worthless.
Dude, there's no reason to in this game.
This fight reminds me of the Ten Tails fight with Naruto Shippuden. Oh, actually, let me take a look at this.
It is Mangler. I'm basically Kratos fighting fucking Atlas right now, or maybe.
I was gonna say he's very big. He's probably a lot bigger than the Ten Tails, to be fair.
Oh, he's way bigger. He's literally the size of a mountain.
The Ten Tails isn't actually that big. It is pretty big.
No, Mangler. I'm saying Titan Lost is the size of a mountain.
Yeah, no, I agree, because I'm pretty sure isn't Clyde's Ifrit form already really big anyway?
Yeah.
No, it's like
probably
it's like 20 feet tall.
It's like a story, maybe two. Probably a story.
I mean, that's still not bad. That means, like, comparatively, this guy is still a fucking giant.
I would say he's bigger than yours.
E3 is probably as tall as like some of the taller fishmen in fucking One Piece.
No, I would say
Bro,
there is
I
maybe
guarantee you, he's looking eye to eye with Whitebeard. I guarantee you.
Whitebeard's a
Whitebeard
big
being,
guy.
isn't that Whitebeard just being built different though? Like, I feel like that's a bad comparison.
Well, it's a high comparison. We're not talking like character or anything like that.
No. I'm talking about just Whitebeard being physiologically different. That's why he's so big.
You know, the funniest thing is,
So
I don't
tall.
think we ever confirmed Whitebeard actually is a giant or not. I think he just kind of like.
You just have big humans.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Don't
Yeah,
know what to talk about.
so he's just built different. Because they don't explain why. They don't give a proper justification. Even though they should.
It's like trying to explain why LKG is like 12 feet tall.
X and Y together in the air, melts, break. Yeah, no, I'm trying to use X and Y in the air.
To be fair, no one was going to explain why Mr. Impartial Justice over here is like fucking 13 feet tall.
Hey, Clive, you want to know what would be great right now? How about you give me that fucking fireball you're so proud of?
X and Y together in air and on land melts, breaks time, and Y at the end to capitalize. There goes him. There's your strategy.
No,
Go win now.
I know what he's fucking talking about, and I'm fucking working on it. I'm about to look up the fastest.
Work it harder.
Yeah. I get it. I'm not the greatest at using fucking Ifrit. Yeah. Man, Kratos didn't have to deal with this kind of shit when he was fighting fucking all his fucking titans. Why is my titan doing this shit? This is some bullshit.
Sometimes people are just loved a little bit more by the writers.
Devil, am I supposed to hit the, also I'm not bad, how dare you? Devil, am I supposed to hit the yellow, or am I supposed to hit the red when I do that combo, just to be sure? What's going on? Titan, you can't break the platform I'm on, that's cheating. He's cheating.
Yeah, I told you that this is that kind of boss fight. Prepare to die.
What the hell's going on? Wow. Oh, motherfucker!
One Piece is the definition of built different. This is kind of true, yes. I've noticed a lot of people in One Piece are not the size that they should be, if they're human. or even if they're animals. No species is really, well, I shouldn't say they're not properly represented, because there are plenty of species in One Piece that are the size that they should be, but there are plenty that aren't. Or at least plenty of individuals in a given species that aren't. So what anime defines built incorrectly? I mean,
Konosuba, probably.
that depends on what you think being built correctly is. If you just think everyone is supposed to conform to a specific size, technically anything that doesn't conform to that size is defined as built incorrectly.
Wait, the fireballs have tracking. I forgot. I didn't even realize that.
You're not spamming your strongest option.
Suck it easy, Titan.
You're doing so little damage.
Well, yes. Apparently, I'm being replaced by a piece of the earth. What happened to Titan lost right arm? You know, good question. So he just blew it off on accident.
Man, the Savior fight was way better than this.
You're not allowed to say that.
Why?
Because this is a new game, so this should be better. Oh, hang on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Cheating, more cheating. Oh, is this an X? It is! Alright, let's throw Titan lost. Let's flip him up. Flip him. That's not what I wanted, Clav. I wanted you to flip his entire body. Wait, are we gonna use this as a sword?
Is it the weird that Savior is more interactive than this guy?
Oh, I'm
crazy.
apparent. Well, so this is weird. I don't really understand why he can't heal his Titan lost. They don't really explain how this works. Oh, there we go. Now I get Fireball. Nice job, Clyde. You still got fucking hit. Wait, did he stab me? No. Very convenient these aren't pointed edges. What the hell am I doing? Oh, am I falling back down to the earth to... It's breaks in this fight! It's even used for a fucking time frame! I'm on a leisurely streak downwards!
Only an MGR Raiden? UG and JJK is built different because Kenjaku literally had to take back shots to create him. I guess?
Yuji's just a fucking failure. Like everybody else in that fucking series.
Oh, that actually
Hold on a
reminds
minute.
me, the new chapter of Modelo came out with Maharaga. Maharaga adapted to the light attacks, so if he adapts one more time, presumably he's gonna win the fight.
Watch him explode.
Also, Kyle, it looks like the Maharaga fight in Modelo is very similar to the anime fight, where they're just tossing each other around skyscrapers and shit. So I guess that was the intended way for the Sukuna fight.
No, the fuck. That's fine for this fight. I don't fucking care. I am not having Maharaga in this fight against Sukuna. Pick up a fucking train like a nunchuck and spin it around himself and hit him. No.
Okay. Wait, hold on! That's not the anime one, that's the Blu-ray one! Which one are you?
That's the fucking anime!
Isn't that the Blu-ray extended fucking...
Same fucking thing!
It's probably a little bit different.
So, for whatever reason, the Blu-ray fight added scenes that they wanted to add to the anime, so the Blu-ray fight's the more complete version of the anime fight.
And that
It's
involves
fucking
him
worse. It's the worst fight
swinging
in
a
the
train.
entire series. It's
Also,
nonsensical.
to be clear about
It's
something,
nonsensical bullshit.
At this point in the fight, Titan would no longer be amped by the crystal the way Titan Lost was. This is Titan in his base icon form, so this would not be an icon Titan or a crystal enhanced Titan like Titan Lost was.
Ugh.
Now, the reason I'm specifying that is because you're going to have some people argue that this is Clive scaling to Titan to like completely to a Titan enhanced or a Crystal enhanced Titan, but this is a different form. This is back to the base icon form. Man, how far are we falling? How big was this fucking guy?
Somehow a failed vessel is Sukuna and somehow a better potential man than Megami. I think Megami pretty much proved he was not only a better fighter overall, but a better vessel for Sukuna. Considering Sukuna ultimately went with his body at the end of the series.
What the fuck? Yo, Titan, show the fuck out there, buddy.
Also, Megami's powers are better.
So, you wanna know what's a fun thing? Megami's powers are better than Yuji's, because Yuji only has Shrine. Ow. He's fighting the way Ifrit did when Ifrit first fought the Phoenix. He's fighting the way Ifrit did when he was mad. So that is a nice little detail.
I don't see any sense of like tactics or swordplay here.
Well, that's why, because he would have gone mad by this point, the same way Ifrit did at the start of the game. This is what I'm saying is like he's fighting like a wild animal, but the icons all seem to fight similar.
Well, so I don't see any difference between this and the Titan fight, because I'm trying to look at stuff here that would be impressive for helping him fight Dante, and he just seems to be throwing haymakers.
Oh yeah, Clive has no real skill statements whatsoever, but this is a 50-minute fight. Even though I'm pretty sure we haven't even been here 50 minutes yet doing this fight. And this is me playing suboptimally.
Bet I could get that down to 20 minutes.
Devil originally claimed he could do this whole thing in like roughly like 15 to 20 minutes, so I wouldn't be surprised about that.
How much of the game forces you to sit through cutscenes, though?
It's probably about 2 minutes of cutscenes.
Damn.
Maybe less. I don't know. I'd have to time it. Which is what I asked you guys to be doing.
I can't be held responsible for this.
Oh fuck! I clicked the wrong button. My bad. I thought it was a fist clash. Got hit there at the very end. Remember, guys, I want to be clear. If Clive has gotten vastly stronger because of willpower, then Titan should be fucking wrecked by that punch. What is that?
From the Mother Crystal. You can do it.
Wait. Clive needed a Mother Crystal amp to beat Titan in his base after beating Titan lost? Are you serious? You fucking fool, you bitch! That's wild. I forgot that Clive needed an amp to beat Titan.
Doesn't that pretty much contradict the position that they made about him getting consistently stronger? If he needed to be amped.
It would. 100% it fucking would. Holy fuck. I completely forgot he was amped for this portion of the fight.
Those arms look ridiculous.
Well, fuck, Titan's a big guy, mate. Oh, fuck, I clicked the wrong button again, damn it!
I'm not talking about Titan, I'm talking about Ifrit. It just looks like you put mud and rocks around your arms. Actually, you literally did, so, you know, it looks really ugly.
Actually wild that Clive needed a fucking amp to beat Titan in base at the end. Absolutely vile. Now, let me clarify my position here for a minute. Let me clarify my position. Titan is not necessarily amped when he goes into the Titan form for the first time. Roughly 20 minutes? Tens of minutes? Death battle? Tens of minutes? And that was with unoptimal gameplay? Absolutely fucking vile. Absolutely vile position. Holy fuck. Okay, so let me break down what happened. So, Clive, so Titan doesn't get amped by the crystal. Clive steals Titan's power from him, and Kupka, in an effort to reprime and gain some of his power back, uses the crystal's aether to give him the surplus of power needed to prime normally. Then he eats and absorbs more of the crystal, becomes Titan Lost, and then afterwards he goes back to base Titan for the final portion of the fight. The fuck is this?
Is that you,
Ultima?
Ultima?
Clive is showing emotion?
What do you want?
Wait, Clive, are you tired? Clive, why are you
Your
tired?
soul is tainted with worthless human.
Clive, you were supposed to be fighting for tens of
Yet
minutes.
your
Why are you tired?
thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall.
Now, someone's gonna
achieve
actually
perfection.
remind me to put this in later.
I don't know what you're talking
Devil, send me a
about.
message for this clip, or
You
give me this clip
will
later.
accept us
Also,
in
regarding
first.
Clive getting
It
stronger,
is inevitable.
him getting stronger is not the issue. It's just it's not the massive amps everyone makes it out to be.
Serve it.
And he'll get stronger with every icon he absorbs, presumably. If it hurt him. Quick, Sig, do something.
Don't let him in.
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your
Outside help, lol.
consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness.
Now
that
remember
supports it.
guys. This is all in Clive's head.
The time to build a new world is
And this is also probably in the interdimensional rift, if I had to make a guess. Oh, it doesn't tell us where we're at. How can wait, vessel? Oh. Mythos? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're in the interdimensional rift, since that's where Ultima always hangs out. Fucking loser. Or we're just outside. And we were just surrounded in an illusion. I really hate Ultima. Ultima is already weakened in the all the FF16 story. It's probably an illusion. Got the scans for all this too. Ultima has to destroy every bond a human has in order to destroy their will. So basically, Clive is a KH1 Sora victim. How embarrassing!
One can no more command.
One can no more command the power of Aether by drowning in its flood.
Then one can constrain
the tides by standing in the sea. I thought Hugo wiser in this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all. Hugo made the right call. Hugo made the right call, 100%.
Titan was strong.
Oh,
Your Majesty,
But Mythos is stronger. For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
I actually forgot that fucking Barnabas actually called Titan strong.
man who gave his life for a woman's head. A
It's actually kind of weird. Barnabas actually shows more respect to fucking Kupka than fucking his summon does. Interesting. I wonder if his summon's like his real thoughts.
Oh, that the death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Is that the only good antagonist in 16? I wonder if Slipnir is just like his unrestrained like thoughts without having to like
Medicine, my lord?
keep, because technically he doesn't really feel emotion all that well.
I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
Damn. You agree Clive gets stronger, but not by a lot when absorbing icons, right?
You must
Let me
consider
get
your
a Final
health,
Fantasy with
my
nothing.
prince.
Final Fantasy 16 was
If a
born.
show of force is
Oh,
needed
hang
to
on.
keep
It's the best
Daleks
romance
at
in the
bay,
game.
You may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His
Damn.
strength comes at too great a cost.
Called that child an urchin.
You did.
The Empire agreed to an
You know, can I
armistice
just
with
say
the
I hope
Dalek
Dion at
and
least
yet
smashed
the
his
Emperor still
boyfriend. I hope at
persists
least
ruling.
one of these fucking satellites gets some.
For now, the Daleks suspect nothing, and as long
Good
as I
lord.
can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire.
Nope.
When our people
Damn,
look
none
to
of
the
these
heavens,
fuckers get
the sight of
anything.
him gives them hope.
No, Devil, you can't convince me his boyfriend didn't get any. You can't convince me. No. That's more affection than Clive shown the Jill in 10 years.
Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas, I will always be your loyal servant.
We call this a power bottom dynamic, by the way. Kupka and Barnabas is Chad's. Then the game happens. One became a sim to a pawn, and one became a sim to a god. The power of friendship. Clearly, all Final Fantasy 16 is the power of friendship. So the problem is that, like, I have to believe Clive gets a little bit stronger, unless by more power, it's really just because they're all fragments of Ultima. So I would assume he gets stronger somewhat.
Our soldiers would advance to meet them,
Or
cutting across the central aisle.
you find out the worst position. He's just unlocking more of the power that's already inside of him.
Don't say that. No.
Become a battlefield.
Well, considering you claim that all the icons are comparable to each other and he fights them one after another throughout the game, wouldn't really make sense for his base form to be getting stronger unless he's just pulling more power that he already has.
He could be getting 1% stronger every fight. 1%. That works.
You don't even believe that, do you?
Your Highness.
No, I don't.
Aren't we all sips for God? Not this God.
I don't know. Fucking Kyle over there is a very stern atheist.
I don't simp for anybody. Certainly
Language
not a
sims for knowledge.
man. Certainly not a man in the sky.
What is the meaning of this?
My father's
Arden sure as hell ain't.
What were they? Quickly! Yes, Your Highness. His radiant
Opka and Barnabas is Chad. Then the game happens. One became a simp to a pawn, and one became a simp to a god.
Dion has
Everybody's
every
becoming
right
simps in
to
this game.
crash out here. There's no reason why Dion shouldn't have been the emperor, because he's also the firstborn.
Terence. Yes, my prince.
Terrence, get my fucking lance. I'm gonna go kill my dad.
Is this another story where the firstborn gets cockblocked for no particular reason at all?
No, there's a reason given. Like, the mother... Oh, what the fuck?
What is it now?
Oh, right, Joshua. Joshua, why the fuck did you knock out my fucking knight?
Your Highness.
Clive gets stronger by
Garrett-
taking the essence of the icons to unlock his body and vessel's potential. That just means that he's not using the full extent of his power. That would mean he's getting stronger. It means he's using more of the power he already had. Yes, it results in higher amounts of power, but the total amount of power that he has isn't increasing. It's like you have the full extent of gas in your tank, and you're only using a small fraction of it, and you learn to unlock more of it as your journey continues. You didn't increase the total amount of gas you had in the tank. You just learned to use more of it.
That would be more accurate that he learns to use more of it by taking it from people, because so remember how I told you about Final Fantasy 16? Because I think I told you this in the stream. They don't really have like raw sources of magic on their own. They take it from the outside and then burn their life away to turn it into magic.
I'm alive.
Seems very
Kind of like, I
risky.
guess it'd be accurate to call them Quincy's. They're more like Quincy's. You know how Quincy's don't have their own reishi? They get reishi from around the area.
So that's technically not true. They do have their own reishi. They just don't bother utilizing their own soul.
Did the 1,000-Year Blood War arc change that?
No, every soul has its own reishi. Do you know what reishi is?
Mangler, he doesn't fucking watch Bleach. He hasn't read it.
Reishi is just spiritual matter. If you have a soul, you have reishi. All beings have
I was under the
reishi.
impression that Quincy did not have like reishi of their own, so they just used the surrounding area.
No! How would you have a soul? That's what a soul is!
Are you sure they have a soul?
Oh my god! They definitely have a Konpaku. Also, yes, they have a soul because they have a spirit ribbon.
Can I get source for that claim?
Bro, we literally see Uryu pull it out. He's demonstrating to Ichigo. It's like, yes, this is what a Quincy's spirit ribbon looks like, and Quincy spirit ribbons are typically white, unlike Soul Reapers, which are typically red.
Source.
He's the one that explains spirit ribbons.
Source.
Then, for the love of God, just read Bleach.
I'm good. I'll watch it.
What a fucking loser.
From what I
Man will read One Piece. Maybe Naruto, but not Bleach.
For the record, last I was told, the 1,000-Year Blood War arc's canonical version is the anime, so you should be thanking me.
Okay, so you should just start the manga then, read all the way up until the Fullbringer arc, and then watch the anime. Should be easy.
I don't know about all this.
Guys, I'll finish all of Zim's stories, all the stories he reads, and all the stories I read before he starts Bleach. I've already finished most of the Fist of the North Star. How long will it take me to do that before he even starts one chapter of Bleach? Let's make a prediction.
Remember, guys, Clive doesn't get fatigued, Nifrit, or base after transforming. He's gaining power from others, from himself, basically. Ether, yep. He and Tai would have gotten more ether from being within the Mother Crystal. Then there's them being amped by the crystal. Bleach is like the source of Big 3.
It is.
Source.
Bleach is approximately 700 chapters. Naruto, if we're just considering part 1 and Shippuden, is approximately around the same length, but with like way more light novels.
The 1,000-Year Blood War manga came out first. Shouldn't the manga be the primary material, not the anime? So, actually, you guys can take this one. I'm not.
No.
The manga was rushed, and the anime is Kubo putting in the shit and changing the story around to how he would have had it if he wasn't rushed.
So in the original run, Kubo was basically suffering pretty bad health crisis, and he wasn't able to meet the deadline to put the stuff in there. This isn't just happened for the 1,000-Year Blood. There's many arcs and many filler episodes in the main anime that don't make it into the original manga, like the Forest of Menos, that he specifically writes in the manga, and he says this was supposed to go into the manga, but it didn't. And that's why the anime has a lot of those episodes. So the anime for the 1,000-Year Blood War arc is just doing what the anime has always done and adding canon to the story.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Is there really no description for Titan Lost?
Wait, is there only... Do you only get the base Titan description?
Are you fucking
Yeah.
kidding me?
Well, Zim, if it makes you feel any better,
I hate you.
Bahamut gets the same treatment.
Okay, but to be fair to Bahamut doesn't get a new form. He just gets a fucking crystal and shoves it up his ass.
Well, why would you need a new description
Oh,
for your
Jesus
new
Christ.
form?
Maybe that's what Clive's lacking. Maybe if he was gay, he would be stronger.
Well, that's cool for the anime. Yeah, the anime is intended to expand on stuff. A lot of series do that.
Or have a mod where you dress him up as Mr. Slave.
I would not play the game like that. What the fuck? I was not under the impression. I thought for sure we would get a fucking statement for Titan Lost. What the fuck?
So the further you're going into this yourself because you're paying attention and not playing another game while I stream something, how much are you realizing that you were lied to about Clive?
Hello, Jay, by the way. I saw you. Did not say hello. So, it's not that I was. Well, I mean, yeah, I knew I was lied to about Clive substantially, but it's less about what I've been lied about and more about what people don't talk about Clive.
And to find out those go hand in hand with lying. Because there's only a certain extent to which a person can lie about something and also just not talk about it. Because not everybody remembers everything, but they have to acknowledge something if they're making arguments around a specific position and they've played it. They have to at least remember the contents of that position or go back and defend it. I like to assume we have some level of, intellectual.
You can keep talking. I'm just saying, don't cut me off right away.
Yeah, I get you. I have to assume we have some level of intellectual integrity here. Certainly, literary integrity. Kubo Lily finished Bleach with pure willpower because he read one Bleach fan dying request. He was gonna finish Bleach regardless, but that probably helped with it. That probably gave him more of a reason to want to finish it. He was gonna finish it anyway.
How about somebody
time frame?
How about somebody gets terminally ill and tells the Hunter x Hunter person to hurry the fuck up?
Why are you acting like that would like to be real? Why would you act like that would actually help solve the story? That would probably make it worse than how Kubo did the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. Because based on everything you've
because
said,
then the anime would actually have shit to adapt so they can fix it there.
No, they wouldn't because they would just end up adding a ton of filler.
That's actually fucking. I did not realize Titan Lost didn't get a description. That's so fucking lame.
Man, would have been nice if they told you that before you started the game, huh?
I'm not gonna blame the scalers on this one. I'm gonna blame the game developers because that's a second form of an icon that doesn't have a fucking description.
I mean, that's totally valid reason to get mad at the developers. I'm just saying it's kind of funny that they didn't mention that.
Okay, that duel then ensued first with tie-in, then with something even more terrible, led not only to Kupka's long-awaited demise, but to that of the nation's mother crystal. Yeah, gee, thanks for fucking telling us about that. Really appreciate it.
How old is the author of Hunter x Hunter right now? Balrog, go.
How is he? Lazy.
No. How old is he?
Fucking, I don't know. Look, the only way I can put it is his wife has finished series. His wife is literally the person who did fucking Sailor Moon. Get her to fucking help you. Either that, or hire some fucking assistants. Get them to write it and you just oversee it.
Wife is Sailor Moon? I did not know that.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
No, yeah, it is.
You often see examples of writers getting married with people that share their professions. At least not at that level.
Titan lost his description. There is. You have to do live timeline lore. Devil, so
Pun
you're
intended.
telling
Yeah,
me
I got that one, Daryl. That was funny. That made me
you're
laugh.
telling me that if I redo that fight and go to live timeline, there will be a statement for Titan lost. Is that what you are telling me, Devil? Because thankfully, we can actually redo that fight because I can just run a simulation. All right,
Does that include all the cutscenes and the scripted events?
it would.
Are they skippable?
No, God forbid they make this useful. I'd have to go through the
This is
entire mission
this
again.
is a Sony game then. I don't want anyone else to tell me otherwise. If you give me a cutscene and a bunch of interactive sequences that I can't skip, that I'm forced to play through, that is tried and true
All right,
PlayStation
chat,
game.
we're running it back because I was told that there's something in live in the thing. I know there isn't, but I'm not gonna call Devil a liar.
It's
We're
time
gonna
for the
proceed.
run back.
Okay, yep, there you can see the active time lore. We have it. So we just gotta redo the mission. Oh boy, how long did it take me the first time? About roughly about an hour. All right, let's do it again.
The beast and part of the Waluda army now.
You wanna know what'd be so fucking amazing? Is if this game was like, hey, do you just wanna do the fucking icon boss fight? Yes, please.
They've spotted us.
What a novel fucking concept.
No, surely you wanted to play the entire chapter again because it was so good.
It's not like there's a specific section I was fucking interested in or anything. No, God forbid. Someone respond to Jeremy's comment.
Fullmetal Alchemist is made by a female author named Hiromo Arakawa. No, I did not know the name of the author, but that's because I wasn't looking into that when I went through Fullmetal Alchemist. I watched it. I didn't read the manga.
There is no manga, as far as I know. Fullmetal Alchemist. It's an anime. I think it was an anime-only series. Actually,
No,
it is
it's a manga. It's just Fullmetal Alchemist. The one you're thinking of is the 2003 anime. That they tried to do that before the manga was finished, and the full anime version is Brotherhood, which is a separate version of the anime.
Okay, I see. My mistake.
Yes. By the way, Togashi's wife is a much better manga artist than him. I would assume most manga artists are better than him if they actually finish the story.
Well, no. This is referencing art. Would you say Sailor Moon's art?
Oh, okay.
Hunter x Hunter?
Oh, fuck yeah.
His finest.
Oh my god, yes.
I don't know about art. I'm mainly talking like writing.
No hesitation in his soul. That came from the fucking heart.
Dude,
It
have
was
you
like,
seen what Hunter x Hunter looks like in the manga? It does not look like the anime, I'll tell you that. The anime is the fucking glow up.
Would you say it's a globe of a lifetime?
Dude, I'll tell you this right now. Any Hunter x Hunter fan will literally tell you that it's the fucking glow up.
Brian lost, but yeah, no. So let's see if we can't get a description.
Run it back. I missed the first one anyway, so at least we get to go live. Yes.
Yay.
What are we gonna get? A Hunter x Hunter Sailor Moon collab? Deadass, I hate Hunter x Hunter. I'm surprised we don't have a Hunter x Hunter Sailor Moon collab, considering, they're married.
Because if they were going to collab anything, it would be his better series, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Well, I'm not gonna argue which one's better. Kyle is right though. If any of them were gonna collab, it'd probably be Yu Yu Hakusho, since it's also the one that
I would agree. I would agree. Also, because it is a better series. But I'm just surprised because that one doesn't have a collab either.
I have never watched Hunter x Hunter. It is one of those mangas I have comfortably put in a spot on my shelf where I will never read it, because if I don't like it, I'm gonna be torn apart by people.
No, because I'm the only person who'll ever be honest with him when it comes to Hunter x Hunter. There are things you'll like about it, but it's also, the start of the series is really, really fucking slow. It's got one really good arc, a couple of good arcs, but there are a couple of other arcs that are like boring.
It's okay, Devil.
should be in it.
This time we do Time Lost, I'll get moved so we can do the fight a little
As-
faster.
Because the literal first two arcs of Hunter x Hunter is literally like world building, power introduction, and character introduction. So it makes things move at like a snail's pace. And then like the only two I think there are 3 good arcs, but technically people would regard only 2 really good arcs in Hunter x Hunter as Yorknu and fucking the Chimera Ant arc. And even both of those have their ups and downs depending on the pacing.
I mean, every arc's gonna have its ups and downs, though.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Whenever a Hunter x Hunter fan talks about how peak Hunter x Hunter is, how good Hunter x Hunter is, you know what they always tell you? The Chimera Ant arc. The way they talk about it, you'd think the Chimera Ant arc is the entire fucking series.
I don't understand that when like Greed Island and the Heaven's Arena were way fucking better.
Heaven's Arena is fucking boring. Great Island
Arena. Heaven's Arena was actually interesting for explaining the power system, considering Hunter x Hunter focuses on the power system. Yes, and that's a series that spends all of its time talking about the power system.
Yes, and it's boring as shit because they literally could have done that without having the entire arc.
But you are not recognizing that if the series makes it its entire point to narratively talk about the power system and it never explains it, an arc that explains it literally addresses the core problem of the series.
All he does is have walls and walls of text about explaining how shit works.
Yes, and that was literally the best part of it because none of that was happening in the earlier arcs.
Wait, is he too far away? There he is. Sorry, I can't fucking see shit.
Chimera and Dark had, I think, really weird pacing issues, especially when they got to especially after what's his face died, Meruem.
So the way that the Chimera Ant-arc works is the start is fast and really good, and then you have the dip of the training arc where Meruem goes to the palace, and then everybody's training to go fight in that palace, where everything is super slow. And then at the end, when they get to the palace for the invasion, it gets back to being peak and fast again.
No, not because I watched the anime, and they stretched that shit like crazy. So I don't know how you would even try that in the manga.
Devil suggested I should keep Garuda for now. So
doesn't help that Nina's power system is fucking boring. Nina's only intended to offer like uniqueness to different characters, but the problem is that no characters in Hunter actually use it in an interesting way outside of the Phantom Troop and like maybe Kurapika.
Gum guy or bungee string.
I mean, technically he's a part of Phantom Troop, so he's included in that.
I mean, he was a part of it.
Yeah, until he started murdering all of them, but because he was a part of it, my argument still stands.
Valid.
Well, I mean, he was kind of kicked out once Crollo basically semi-killed him.
You mean when he tried to murder the leader of the organization after trying to murder multiple of their members? Yeah, I think that's grounds for getting him kicked out. Like, yeah, we're gonna need to see your resignation, sir.
Honestly, you accidentally kill someone one time and they never let you hear the fucking end of it.
Like, let's be very clear. When people are just like, "Oh, I can't wait for the Hunter x Hunter anime to come back," what that's code for is, I want to see the Hisoka vs Crollo fight, and that's it.
Like, if you're going by like the main cast of characters and using their powers, I believe between Gon, Kurapika, what was it?
Gon, Kurapika, Killua, and Leon.
Yeah, Killua and Leon. They were presented as all being like different types. I believe Kurapika was a specialist. Leon, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he a technician or something? Was his specific ability? Transmuter, that's what it was. And then there were, I don't remember all the direct names, but I know what their powers are like supposed to be. Killua's abilities just ultimately resulted in him just using lightning powers, when the most interesting thing about him was his assassination arts. And Gones just ultimately resulted in him just being like, yeah, I'm just going to basically take an energy attack in the palm of my hand and use it in this really oddly specific way of just doing rock, paper, scissors, where I just unleash the attack a slightly different way based on it being rock, paper, or scissors.
I big hit hard. That's me. I big hit hard.
I hit hard, and it was like watching Gone. Now I realize what it's like. Watching Gone is like watching like a non-suicidal like MC version of Sukuna's powers, where like, oh, it's cleaver dismantle, except this time it's a fireball.
Sukuna has a fireball.
Yeah, but his actually does something.
Are you kidding me? Get over here, dude. Come on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Get a little closer. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, Lanero is he being an enhancer type, he never gets the chance to like do anything for like most of the first couple arcs. Kurapika literally has like the best moments, and I'm not just talking like character wise, because his power was specifically tailored to at least killing the spiders. Granted, it was super niche, but it was incredibly effective within that niche. And then you just have people like Hisoka and Chrollo, where they just use their powers in all around versatile ways that are actually creative and show why Nin could be a good power system
Wait,
if it's used by people who are actually smart.
does everyone have a unique Nen ability, or is it like just a generic Nen
Yes.
system?
Yes.
It's unique to you. You tailor. So basically, how it works is you have a main category that you would specialize in. That's easy for you to learn. But then the two specialties next to you, they're not going to be as strong. But those are the second ones that are easier to learn. But let's say you tried to learn something on the opposite end of the table. You could learn it, but it would be super weak, and it's going to be super hard for you to learn.
So most people will just scale up in whatever they basically go to like I'm trying not to say specialist, because specialist is actually the name of one of the nin styles, but an actual like specialist in the sense that you'll go to someone who's practiced nin and is a proper nin master, understands most of these disciplines and these studies, and will basically grade your nin and will understand its nature, and then they'll tell you what it is, after assuming you haven't got like the training already, and then you'll spend a lot of time developing that nin. This is what the Heavens Arena arc was about. It's about explaining the actual system.
And what you actually do is you basically decide, once you know what type of nen you have, you then tailor what kind of power you want it to be, and then try and make a fighting style around it.
In principle, it actually sounds pretty good. In execution, it doesn't, because the powers they give them are not that great. But the actual system itself, in practice, doesn't have any direct flaws. It's just that they don't make interesting powers with the system. And when they do, they are really cool, but they're given to characters that have like a very specific story influence. Like Hisoka, who's like, I'm just going around to kill the spiders, and I just want to fight like strong opponents.
Right,
and
so
like, yeah, that's cool for Hisoka, but like Hisoka only is going to have certain interactions in the story because he only wants to kill or fight certain people. Same thing with Chrollo. There's only a limited number of things that you can do with those characters versus Gon, who is literally the MC.
What do you mean?
They kind of dropped the ball there.
The MC?
Yeah, I forgot it was Killua, the real one.
Well, just more so.
Let's be honest. That guy was the real MC. The moment you find out a lot of characters in the Hunter's exam already had Nin, and that guy was killing shitloads of people with just his assassination ability. Granted, a lot of characters in their original group didn't have Nin either, but his whole assassination thing was impressive enough to where it didn't matter. That's what made him special. And they're like, no, we're instead of developing that, here's Nin. And I'm like, okay. So his assassination will be enhanced by the Nin, right? It's like, no, I'll just be arbitrarily faster. I'm like, doesn't it make more sense for you to have the ability to like melt into shadows or like rip out people's souls or something that's meant for like stealth? If you're an assassin, why lightning? Like covering yourself in electricity and basically sending off an alarm signal to everybody's senses by lighting yourself up with as much electricity as possible. Doesn't that sound like the least stealthiest thing you could be doing?
Because the big payoff for Nen is that like if you haven't unlocked your Nen pause, Nen should be invisible to you. But the problem with Killua's one is that he has a visual showing of when he's using his lightning form because his hair will fucking stick right the fuck up like a Super Saiyan.
So normally Killua has actual like pretty typical like standard hair for like an anime character. When he goes into the lightning god mode, it becomes incredibly obvious he's in lightning mode. I don't even think you would need Nin. You might need Nin to see the aura. You would not need Nin to see his body changing. And you would be like, okay, he just did something.
What are you
So like
doing
even if you
over
couldn't
there, little
sense,
boy?
no, you would literally see his hair stand up like 2 feet above his head, and you're like, okay, wait a minute, something's going on here. He just powered up. I don't know what he's powered up with, but something about him just changed.
You know, that twerp looks a little fucking different. Also, this
Whereas
guy
at
does
least
not have an active time thing either. No, I'm pretty sure Devil's wrong. We're gonna get
at
the time
least with
analysis wrong. Go on.
at least with Gon, when Gon decides to do the what's it called? The rock paper scissors, if you can't sense Nin, you're not going to see that. Granted, he'll be screaming rock paper scissors at you, and you'll be like, "Why the hell is he saying that?" And then you'll explode.
Why is this?
But you won't be able to at least see it.
You won't see it, but you'll sure as shit feel it.
Yeah, but with Killua, you'll be like, "Oh, well, obviously he's doing something over there." Oh, that's what it was, Conjurer. Now, dying with flames from Reborn. It's an actual power system that's unique. Kyle can attest to that. I don't know what that is.
It's actually like really busted the further you go into it.
Energy systems don't need to be explained.
Especially
generic shit and skills any day of the week.
Especially like you lose your shit when you find out how I'm trying to remember the main villain's name in the future arc. Is it
from Hitman
Bakaran? Yeah, I think his name is Bakaran. But you basically find out that he basically exists in like every timeline, and he has conquered every timeline except for the future timeline that these characters are in.
So why didn't he conquer it? Is he a loser?
Well, he lost.
Why lose?
Because Suna's just got that fucking goat in him.
As a double type, a conjurer when his eye is red, and a conjurer, then when his eye is red, he's a specialist. Yes. Basically, when he awakens his eyes, and he also gets like super bloodlusted, he changes to a specialist. It's when he's usually fighting the spiders. Normally, he's a conjurer. Hisoka? You mean Hisoka? I did it. Yeah. The resident favorite, the resident clown, also known as the resident child attacker. That is Hisoka.
Listen. I'm just saying, bro, that if you're gonna rep Hunter x Hunter, I need you to explain to me why Hisoka's your goat and why he's on the shirt you're wearing.
That's always a fun discussion with Hunter x Hunter power scalers, where they're like, listen, I know you're talking a lot of good stuff about Hisoka, and he probably got a lot of abilities. He's got some decent intelligence skills. But why are you repping the man that keeps lusting after a little boy and trying to make him strong? Well, what's up with that?
I'm just asking a simple question, because this motherfucker's name ain't Goku and that kid's name ain't Gohan.
And also, what's the deal with him being a fucking homicidal clown? You know, like, does that have something to do with it?
Well, what's also with the fact of, like, he's just, in general, got, like, a super hard-on for just battle. Like, a literal hard-on. There's literally a panel, and it's in the anime, too, where he talks about fighting, and it zooms down to his cock, and it just shines like the sun.
It doesn't help if you watch the sub. I don't know how the dub does this, but the sub makes this worse because his voice actor, I'm pretty sure, is either moaning or putting like a lot of extra physical emphasis on like how he feels when Gon is going through Heaven's Arena. Because there's a moment.
They both do that.
So you know when they're going up to the floors and Hisoka's testing him because he needs him to get stronger, and he's sitting on the ground and he's projecting his nin aura. He's like, "You have to get stronger to get past me, otherwise you won't be enough for my appetite." And I'm like, "Bro, this isn't Toriko where that contextually makes sense. You're gonna have to free frame that." He's a 14-year-old child. Actually, no, I think he's 10.
It's okay. Gon can become a legal age.
Only if he loses all of his power.
Well. I guess he's ready for the freak off.
Nendo is a beast. He's an enhancer that Master conjured to using a pack that he needed to pray 100 times before punching. I mean, he also got a giant Buddha statue, so it seems like it was worth it. Hisoka only rivaled by Orochimaru in terms of dittiness. To be fair, Orochimaru's reason for being a ditty was that he wanted to be immortal. That was the priority. He just figured it would be easier if he jumped into a younger body because then he would live a longer length of time. Which, unfortunately, younger people have a longer lifespan than older people because they haven't lived as long.
Does that really matter when you can turn into literally any fucking like creature on the planet?
He can't though. He kind of just specializes in snakes.
Doesn't
He's
he
a
literally
snake
turn into,
man.
like, can't he literally just manipulate his biology like freely?
No, he specifically uses serpent summoning jutsus and things like that. Granted, because snakes have like such a versatile physiology, it pretty much allows him to mess around with a lot of the compositions of his body in unique ways. But he can't just freely turn any matter or cells in his body into whatever he wants. Now, if you're asking me if he could like build an experiment like that, it's potentially possible. But he's never. I don't think he's ever done that. He's just like, no, I just want cells that regenerate me to basically resurrect indefinitely into other bodies. That'll be good enough for me. Then I can cheat death forever because I hate death. Death is stupid.
You know what? Valid take. Can I just say how much I appreciate that Final Fantasy 16 doesn't just let you redo boss battles? I really just love having to go through the mission again. You know, it's my
12.
fucking favorite part.
Yes, no, it's 12. Do you all remember when Hisoka was staring at Gon and Kila's ass? I think I vaguely remember that. Dude, it was the weirdest fucking thing when I read. I think I watched that when I was in high school. I was like, what is wrong with this fucking clown? Like, more so than normal clowns. You're supposed to make me laugh, funny man. All you've succeeded in doing is making this significantly more creepy.
You're supposed to make me laugh, funny man. Now dance.
I'm not laughing now.
Hang on. I gotta unplug my
Hisoka is a fight chooser, but when Spider cheats to make Crollo more buster, he became more in Sage Raid Clown. You're gonna have to phrase that more effectively.
You think if I save right now, unable to save while replaying a stage, you fucking dicks.
Remember that, Nillo? It's a mission replay, basically similar to DMC. However, it lacks a BP or a boss rush, making it more tedious to get to the boss fight you want. I see.
Alright, we're just gonna skip this cutscene since we already saw it. Now we're gonna see if Devil was wrong about the Titan Law section. Hang on. Okay. No. Okay. So there's us getting knocked back. So here is base Titan gaining ether to activate his icon form because he couldn't do it beforehand because we touched him in a no-no spot. So funnily enough, I actually learned about a super cringy D&D game where it basically revolves around.
I thought you were about to tell me you just discovered the no-no spot.
Fuck Kyle! Kyle, why can't I have a normal conversation around you? Wait, Clyde. Beat him back since you've already got your willpower amp. know what the funniest thing is? Despite Titan being so big in this game, I don't think he's actually bigger than Titan from 15. Did I miss? Son of a bitch, I missed.
Telling
I
me
think
you're
he's
dealing with the Walmart
Actually,
brand
I think
version of
he's
Titan.
smaller.
No, he's probably about the same size. No, this is a rematch. I'm redoing the mission because Devil claims I missed a lore statement. And you know me, always willing to do whatever it takes to get that sweet, sweet lore.
No one else does their job.
Yeah. Mangler, why would you say something so true and yet so controversial?
It's only controversial if you're an asshole.
Oh, well, hang on. So, speaking of that, so Devil said, what can I do?
Devil has said a lot of things. You will
Well,
have to
no,
be
no, because
more
he was
specific.
talking about like combos I could do.
You'll have to consult your combo list for that.
That's what I'm doing. Do I have that move? Did I not buy that move? I guess I did not buy that move. It's fine, whatever. I don't need it.
Well, are you yawning when it's not even nighttime for you?
Oh, it's like 3 a.m. for Kyle. What are you talking about?
It's late enough. Fuck off.
Hey guys, what time is it in Australia? Spartan, what time is it in Australia? 2 o'clock? Maybe 3? It's probably 3.
Shut the fuck up. Don't tell him.
You know what? I'm gonna check my clock because I took
It's
Kyle's
anywhere from
advice
like,
and got a world clock.
I'm pretty sure it is either 3:08 or 4:08 p.m.
Hang on, let's find out. Let's find out right now. Don't tell me. I'm about to discover it for myself. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. It is 4 o'clock. I was off by an hour. I'm so sorry, Kyle.
Yeah, it's 11:08 for me. I'm getting sleepy. Hisoka wanted a great fight, but the member of the spider touch interfered with his food fetish. Crollo, he rage bent to kill one of those that interfered in this fight. Yes, if I remember correctly, in the Crollo fight, which was a little bit convoluted, Crollo basically ends up manipulating a lot of the audience in the middle of his fights to try and kill him. So Hisoka basically fakes his death and then uses that to kill the spider that's analyzing his body because he wants revenge for them screwing up his fight.
Did he, from memory, did Crollo turn them into bombs or was it just zombies?
Mainly zombies. He was, if I remember correctly, I think there were some that were bombs, but he was mainly controlling them through tethers, kind of the way that bungee gum essentially attaches like an adhesive in terms of his nen energy to people's bodies. Because I believe Hisoka was trying to fight through the crowd to get to Crollo, but Crollo was basically using the entire crowd as meat shields.
Also, just to clarify, since magic's kind of limited to imagination in 16 and your life force, technically all generic powers are shared among the icons. Man, look at the thing just sail across the sky.
It would be pretty cool, but then you told me it's limited to the imagination, and I distinctively recall you telling me this game. So I imagine their imagination is quite limited.
I definitely would not be worried if these guys were going to fight me in a battle of variety, no.
So are you suggesting that if they decide to throw something other than a fireball at me, it might just be bigger fireball?
It'd probably be 2, to be honest with you. I think they try multiple before they try a stronger one.
Not even multiple big ones, just multiple smaller ones.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they would just throw multiple smaller ones on multiple big ones first. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I think I'm gonna beat my time substantially from the last one. I might get this done in like 10 minutes. Now, to be as fair as possible, I will not make the position that this would be more valid than my previous than my first run through, because Clive doesn't learn Brimstone until half. Actually, no, fuck that. I didn't even use Brimstone all that often. Nah, fuck it, that's valid.
I think that weird that Batman is telling Superman that injustice is not always clearly defined, and yet Batman will be the one that will argue that law needs to be followed when necessary.
Batman's a weird guy.
Well,
He's also the first person to break that law.
If he did,
Well, to be fair,
people will be safe.
to be fair, he also was the one that made the claim that when Superman had to arrest a there's actually a story recently in the I say recently, it was in the Bronze Age comics, so it was like 3 decades ago or 4 decades ago, but pretty recent, yeah. So he's dealing with this wife of this person that she's kind of in sort of a bit of financial trouble. She's basically trying to hold up someone at the Daily Planet and get cash from them. She's using basically a fake costume and fake weapons to perform a burglary so that she can get some cash and money to essentially deal with her financial problems and feed her kids. And she never planned on hurting anybody, but when Superman shows up and helps her, or Superman shows up and stops her, he's like, well, that they're never gonna hurt anybody. Real, I never intended to harm. But that shouldn't matter because you still broke the law. There needs to be consequences for your actions. And then after that, he goes and talks to Batman. He's like, yeah, Batman, I don't know how I felt about that today because, honestly, just taking a mother away from her kids just feels really hard and really weird to imagine. But I feel like with my powers, I could do a lot in society. I feel like I have a great responsibility, and if these people had a little bit more money, they could probably solve their problems. And Batman looks over at him and is like, yeah, listen, I could tell you as a person who's wealthy that having money doesn't solve your problems. And I'm like, Batman, your problems aren't caused by a lack of money. you stupid fuck. Your problems
Devil,
are caused by your.
Devil,
You're fucking.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the active lore, Devil.
It's like, I know why they put that in there. They want to justify arguments for why it's okay to be rich.
We're not
It's like,
doing
bro.
the whole boss fight again. I'm just letting you know that right now. We only came here to see if there was active lore, but there's not, because this game is a fucking travesty of fucking lore.
Can't you skip it? Is that why you keep pausing?
Well, no. So the way this game works is that in certain sections of the game, to help explain what's going on, you can pause the cutscene to get lore in real time. Good reason. 2 icons with a transition. Get illustrations on it. Whatever. Fuck this game. Whatever.
Why would pausing it help you understand what's going on?
No.
Because that's how you access it, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you were playing this game and a new character entered or like a recurring character was in the cutscene, you could pause the game and on the bottom right corner, there would be something called active time lore. You click that button and it gives you all the lore pages for every relevant thing going on in the cutscene. Just not this one.
They went with like an art book kind of approach,
Yeah.
where
No,
if you went into photo mode,
yeah.
so
Example,
I was gonna say, what if they went with like kind of an art book approach where they you go into photo mode and then when you scan in, when it removes like the pause menu and you're seeing the boss fight and you scan in on parts of like their body or their limbs, it just shows like a bunch of bubbles that each give you a little bit of lore. I thought that's what it was gonna be.
Jay, you showed up for the middle of this fight anyways, right? I was gonna say, I don't think anyone here, because like I'm checking. I will do my due diligence, and I will make sure that I get all the. You know what? Just so I don't have to do this again, we'll go to the very end of the fight and then see if they have any fucking new lore there. I know they won't. But fuck it. But I'm gonna put my food to cook because I'm not gonna fucking starve myself just to redo the fucking Cayenne fight.
The more I hear about Hunter x Hunter, the more I think of the series as just shock value. There's certainly a lot of shock value in Hunter x Hunter. Krillin made a path with Shelnark's control nin ability and Cortopi's double nin ability. Yes, I believe he made a pact beforehand. He prep timed the fight with Hika, from what I remember. Probably why Hisoka wasn't too pleased, because he really wanted to kill Chrollo. Well, actually, he more so wanted to fight Chrollo at his best, and Chrollo was like, "Nah, I don't want a fair fight." Throwing the entire stadium at you right now.
Wait, I thought Chrollo was supposed to be stronger than Hisoka.
Where did you hear that?
From a bunch of Hunter fans? Where else?
That entire fight basically rebukes that entire notion. Chrollo's hiding behind like a whole fucking stadium of people. It's possible he could be stronger. It's possible he could be, but the fight does not demonstrate that or do that justice.
Well, you know what else doesn't help? Is that the fact of, like, because Chrollo knew that he was going to fight Hisoka in Heaven's Arena, what he did first was he told the other spiders, hey, give me your best shit, let me borrow it.
Yeah, I need to take your powers. Also, I got to set up some plants in the audience. And even with all that, Hisoka was still fighting him. Hisoka still managed to find a way to fake his death somehow in a controlled
Still holding his
circumstance,
own as well.
and then killed the spider that was examining his body right before they did the autopsy, and then got out and escaped. They were like, "Man, I'm pretty sure he's dead," and then snapped her neck. I was like, man, he dispatched one of the stronger antagonists, or one of the antagonists from one of the strongest factions in the series, just like that. Like, no chill. I distinctively recall Chrollo being caught by Kurapika once and was like, I'm about to die. Now, granted, Kurapika's nin abilities have been specifically designed to kill the spiders, but at the same time, my argument still stands. The one time Chrollo ever shows up, he's almost always put in a bind by the person that preps for him. Kurapika didn't, or no, Kurapika. Hisoka didn't prep for Chrollo, and he still did fine against Chrollo. Chrollo prepped everything for him, and he was on the back foot the entire fight.
Mangler, that's not fair. He has bungee gum.
You kind of got out for part of that, but I heard bungee gum.
Mangler, that's not fair. Hisoka has bungee gum. It has the properties of both rubber and gum.
Yeah, I've underestimated the effectiveness of rubber and gum when it's. I want to point out that having an adhesive, while it's unique, it can't be that good. Come on. I think the way he uses bungee gum just kind of lets me know that, like, the average person in Hunter x Hunter doesn't have that many good abilities. If the guy with Slicky Putty over here is beating all your asses. If he's got one of the best power systems in the best abilities in your verse, and his power is, basically a glorified Play-Doh, then perhaps somebody should be consulting the writer with more compelling antagonists. All I'm saying.
Bruh, that's wild.
Could anyone hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Got a lot of silence after that. I just figured maybe we had nothing to contribute.
No.
Unfortunate.
No, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, he's just vibing right now. But no, it's 'cause I was putting my food to cook so I could eat at a reasonable time.
I'm not
Right.
vibing, I'm not vibing, I'm working on the abilities portion of the script just to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
Look at him vibing over there.
Look at him go.
Look at him with his vibes. To be as fair as possible, if this game just it's like I like the spectacle of the Titan fights. I do. Just that they're not very fun in these railroad sections.
Because you know what sucks is that these icon fights would be way better if they were just fucking cutscenes.
Yeah, but you know, everyone's gonna want to be a part of a boss battle. I don't think all of it has to be playable though. I don't know. Personal
Well,
take. Personal take.
especially not all of the Titan boss fight, which is just more of like cutscene anyway.
Pause. What do you want, Jay? No, Jay, there is none because I know how the system works, and I also know that there's no active time war that doesn't get put into the thing. I already know there's no description. I'm just doing this to make sure in case I'm not wrong, or in case I am wrong. I know how this game works because I've played it enough times. That's why I also find it annoying. They won't just start me at the fucking boss fight. They know what I'm doing this for. Actually, maybe I should get hit by all these attacks to see what happens. In the next dodge, I'm not going to dodge.
Oh, apparently Titan loss is like shy of 2 kilometers. That's not a fucking mountain.
You got a source for that?
I made Hisoka Rage.
Fucking devil.
Hisoka made Shellnark a swing set decoration. Hisoka is like Toto and JJK. They're the best at using their simple ability. Toto's ability is not simple, though. Toto literally shifts the space where you are with someone
Wait,
else.
Can I not lose the X sections? Oh, okay. That's weird.
Toto's ability is way more useful than Bungee Gum. I get what you're saying. Like,
I'd rather hang out with somebody who has an idol obsession than Hisoka.
I don't think anyone would want to hang out with Hisoka. Dude, not even the Phantom Troop want to hang out with him. And that was before he was murdering them.
You say that, but the fandom, especially the female fandom, is really high on Hisoka.
I don't know why the females would be interested in him. He's like, he wouldn't be interested in you. He's into something else. Something fresh.
Don't say it like that!
That was a Digimon abridged reference. Kyle knows what I'm talking about.
Kyle knows
Imagine
what
if
you're talking about freshness? Okay.
No, the specific phrase I used.
Imagine if he went up to someone and he's just like, it's not about gender, it's about ripeness.
Oh my god, no, that's so bad.
People say you shouldn't have underripe fruit, but personally, I like them tart.
I have to know that, like, if I ever watch the Hunter x Hunter anime again, I'm gonna watch the dubbed because I just want to hear Hisoka's voice. I want to see how this writer did this.
Dude, he went so fucking hard on those scenes.
I can only be hurt by himself. So in that particular instance, yeah, so he basically tanks Clive's attack with no issue, and then it's using his own force against him, he's able to break his arm.
It's just gonna be Zarbon if Zarbon was actually a but for multiple arcs.
And I was actually wrong. Titan Lost is not amped by the Mother Crystal. That was a mistake on my part. After rewatching the cutscene, he just grabs a random crystal on the ground and eats that to gain this amp.
Okay, that's even worse because that means it wasn't even a special one.
The crystals near the Mother Crystal are like more rich in ether, so I'm assuming that basically that's what happened. But yeah, so no.
That's still not good.
I know. Get over here, Titan Lost. I need your ass.
Even Hisoka's so-called friend Illumi don't want to be near Hisoka. No one wants to be near Hisoka all the time.
Get that ass over here, boy. The sooner you accept this, the easier it'll be for you.
Zim, I didn't know you seen Hana Hana.
We're not gonna dodge it. We're gonna see what happens. Do I die? I like that. Wait, okay, is this new? Is this a new section? If you lose the fucking QuickTime event, he just knocks you onto his fucking thing? I think that's a new section, actually. Oh, that's great. I think we're just gonna lose the quick time event to see what happens, and that's when we dodge. I'm curious what this game does when you lose.
It takes you back to the very beginning where you have to watch the cutscene again.
No, that'd be hilarious. That's still ether manipulation or power up. Yeah, like it's more gas in the tank, but like the fact that it's not a mother crystal is actually kind of wild on both fronts.
Yeah, which is not good when you can already like put in comparable to all the other icons. This is where it gets like really weird, where it's like the way people try and substantiate Clive's jumps just don't work the way that they want to once you start trying to analyze the narrative.
Yeah, especially because ether is just like the gas to do magic, so it's like, again, this would just be a wider... All getting more ether would do is give you access to like more potent magic, but like it wouldn't really affect AP all that much, technically, if you really want to break it down. Because Titan Lost's AP is not better, it's just that he's bigger, so he's become a bigger threat. No pun intended. Just realized how it sounded, you know, had to correct that position.
That would be ridiculous if you you made a funny there.
Yeah, because you know, all my...
We all know you're not
It's the
funny.
first
Yes, yes.
It's the first time Sims made it funny.
I am hilarious, okay?
So who the fucking
Saying-
crickets?
Saying you're funny when you're not acting funny, you know what that is? That's showerless behavior.
Of course. Should have known. But no, actually, this will actually explain why Titan goes back to a base form afterwards, because he's running out of gas. Because he's running out of the source of ether that gave him this amp to begin with. We're not going to dodge this. I'm curious what happens.
I was going to say, you kind of would just conclude at this point that the entire position is about proportionality of energy, because if these icon forms keep running out of energy or keep getting out of these if the icon forms keep getting bumped out of their icon forms, it's clearly about the amount of energy that they can sustain through the form. So yeah, Death Battle just basically projected their own asinine weaknesses of this verse onto another verse. That verse just happened to be DMC's. They're just like, oh, this is how our verse works. So therefore, that must be how DMC's does.
Actually wild. Is Zeta Player's strongest magic in the Final Fantasy verse? If it's cast by someone who's actually strong, possibly.
In the entire verse? No.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, if Zeta Flare were cast by, like, an actual strong Bahamut, it would probably be the most powerful spell in Final Fantasy, yes. Because Terra Flare is always considered a top-tier spell, and Terra Flare is, like, what, two tiers below Zeta Flare?
Couldn't be.
Well, because, like, I know there's, I know it's not, like, that simple, but, like, I know that, because I forgot what Bahamut's main flare is.
You gotta love that Zeta Flare showed up in...
I'm sorry, what was that, Kyle?
Bahamut's Mega Flare, isn't it?
He also has Terra Flare as well. There's multiple flares, depending on the version of Bahamut. Yeah, but second point down, rest of the Titan boss fight lost during second Titan form.
I appreciate that
One day
Zeta
we'll
Flare
get you-
gets introduced through Cage, of all things.
One day we'll get you pronouncing it correctly, Jim. One day.
Did you know that Cage doesn't actually have... well, you don't actually have the Flare spell in Cage. But you have Zeta Flare for some reason.
Dion used Zeta Flare? Yes, but Dion is weak. Alright, so we're not going to dodge
How did the Flare... How do the Flare spells go? Like, what are their levels?
Dion uses 4 of them, so there's at least 4 different Zeta Flare levels.
Hey, I just found out something funny. I realized something funny.
What did you find, Kyle?
The fruit likes me.
What?
The fruit likes me.
You're proud of yourself for
I don't
that
get-
one. I understand what you're saying.
I do not.
It's
Donald
a,
Duck can use Zeta Flare. Yes, he can.
It's a rep. Dion was also amped. Well, Dion had more magic at his disposal because he had more Aether, because he had a direct Mother Crystal. How could this happen to me? I'm all out of you. Also, if you believe that Aether makes them more powerful AP-wise, Clive being able to snap out Titan's arms doesn't really make sense since he never gets an amp. And now that I can confirm he gets amped in the final fucking section of this fight, yeah, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about this willpower bullshit ever again. Unless I get proven wrong in a later fight, I don't want to hear it. Now, my dinner is ready. Can I beat the rest of this fight with one hand?
What are you doing with the other hand?
Well, I'm gonna be eating right now. Cause I wanna eat.
Sus.
It's not. Wanting food is okay. Alright, hang on, I'm gonna grab my food. Can you boys guess what I'm having for dinner? Ignoring me. You can pay for this later.
That chicken, you scum.
You're close.
How's that for ignoring?
I'm eating white rice and chicken nuggets for dinner.
Yeah, I knew it. I fucking knew it. I should have thrown it aside.
You want to know how many times I've eaten this week? 4 times.
I believe it. Some white rice would be good though. That never gets old.
No, white rice
Never
is
gets
great.
unhealthy.
Love white rice.
I would mix up chicken a little bit, but white rice doesn't need to be mixed up. You can have it over and over again.
I mix it between chicken and fish.
Chicken, fish, some occasional pork. Not a bad idea.
Well, I personally don't like pork, so, you know, taste your own.
For everybody. Well, I actually mainly do. I do either chicken or turkey now. Turkey's actually pretty good.
I like turkey. Turkey's
Let's
pretty
cook. I've had more turkey recently than I've had in my entire life. I don't know what I was doing. It's also way cheaper than chicken.
What?
Turkey, like a lot of turkey products are way cheaper than either chicken or what is it called? Fucking
Sure?
beef. Yeah. Like have you ever had beef hot dogs before?
Yes.
Like yeah. Okay, so go to the store and check the price of a turkey hot dog by comparison. I guarantee you it will be much cheaper. The ones that we had, at least prior to a lot of rising prices, were like I think they were like $50 a pop for like a package, and then when we went for turkey ones, they were like under $1 for the same package.
What the hell?
Yeah, because nobody gets like turkey burgers. Nobody gets turkey hot dogs. It's
Yeah.
like turkey meat. Like some people do, obviously, because it's sale, but like not nearly as many people. They're a lot healthier for you. They're lighter too. What is the strongest time magic in FF Cage Kingdom Hearts universe? I don't know about FF, but in Cage it is Stopza. which is level 4 time magic. It goes stop, stoppera, stoppaga, and then stopsa.
Probably the same thing with Final Fantasy.
Personally, I quite like Ragnarok, especially in KH1. That was my go-to.
Ragnarok isn't time magic, you swine.
Wait, did he ask for time magic? Time magic, or did he ask for like just an ability?
No, he asked for time magic. What was the strongest time magic in
Oh, I didn't hear that.
KH and FF? Yeah, stop the Z spells, like the grand magic. Well, it's called grand magic, but it's basically level 4 spells. Those were introduced. Technically, they were introduced in Dream Drop Distance, but they were officially introduced and explained in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Also, where the hell are we even fighting? Because, like, Titan was not this big.
Still not nearly the size of your mother.
That's wild. Mangler, you know Clive has mother issues since his mother abandoned him and his family and killed his dad and basically forced his girlfriend into sex slavery and stuff like that. Clive has a lot of issues with his family, Mangler. How dare you?
Listen, I was like, man, we've gone this entire stream without insulting
Now,
someone.
Sam, let me hit you.
That isn't right.
Now let me hit you with that bass. How's that my problem?
Yes.
Titan is not.
Most FF stories, it was.
Titan is not.
Most FF stories, I've always had an OP sealing magic that's stronger than any attack magic in the verse. That's not typically just like a FF thing though. Like I think everybody's got that as well. Is Yusuke the? Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, you go to read the comment. I'll go after.
Is Yusuke versus Naruto a more fair matchup than Yusuke versus Ichigo? Yes. That's much more fair.
Anyways, I was gonna say, no, Devil, Titan would not be amped at this point. He would just have the base level Aether that he would have had to start the fight. There's no reason to believe this Titan is stronger, especially because we can fight him directly as Clive, and we couldn't fight Titan Lost directly as Clive. We had to fight around
Ichigo's death battle isn't with Yusuke. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad matchup for Ichigo, but there's probably better ones. You get Vrem.
Come on, Melissa.
Oh, actually, Zim, did you hear the new wax scaling chain for One Piece?
I have not. No.
Not turkey burgers are the same price as hamburgers, at least private selections. That must be different where you are because they are much cheaper in Texas.
Because of how he reacted to seeing Joy Boy's hockey, and how he reacts to Kazoru when he doesn't have hockey. They're now saying that Kazoru is above Joy Boy.
That's so stupid.
Every KH fan knows the strongest time magic is Lethal Frame. Are we talking about that really niche fucking spell from like BBS? Or am I thinking of a different one?
Good boy, you know.
That one I never used.
Devil.
The one from Chain of Memories.
Hold that thought. When we get to a section, I'll talk about it.
Anyone who's unironically arguing Lethal Frame is the best time spell has never used Time Storm from DDD. Time Storm is a real time spell. It's literally like a physical Keyblade attack that functions as a dash, hits multiple enemies, stun locks, and then also stalks the enemy in a slow. That's the best type of ability. Multi-utility. And said KH fans would be like, yeah, I need a cinematic strike for this thing to work.
Damn it. Whiffed.
Typical KH brain. Looks really good, looks really flashy, but plays off.
Son of a bitch.
Kind of sounds like KH too. Sora versus Nero. Nero would probably take that pretty handily.
Oh, my performance this fight has been a little worse, not gonna lie.
Oh no.
Probably could have been trying to fucking eat dinner this whole time.
You should really do that.
Yeah, because I want to get to that part of the... Oh, huh? I still say Joshua and Clive should have had a meld card and Ifrit Risen for MTG. 100% I agree. 100%. 100%. That was stupid they didn't.
What's up?
So, in Magic the Gathering's Final Fantasy set, they did not give Clive or Joshua the ability to merge into one card, which was kind of silly that they didn't do that. We're not going to dodge it.
OP community is scared now that OP story is following Naruto's story route. Are you referring to One Punch Man?
I think so.
So, you're missing the M. Nero would demolish. Nero would just just solos the cage casually. Yeah. Does they know where the X-Blade versus Legends Palpatine a fair matchup or not? I don't scale Legends Palpatine.
Look at this fucking amp merchant. That's wild. Where's that willpower buff you keep talking about?
Xehanort wins.
I think that might be my favorite. My favorite critique of someone's calling them an amp merchant.
Imagine being a buff to win all your fights. Crazy.
Man, you would not. You probably wouldn't appreciate Sora then.
Look, all I'm
At
saying
least
is that
not
guy
for
was
all of his
going to
final
Final
boss
Fantasy
fights.
protagonist, not fucking Bayonetta. That's all I'm saying.
Though to be fair, Sora, I don't think Sora is necessarily a fraud because Sora never claimed he could do those things on his own. He always believed he needed his friends. So he at least admits he's not strong enough on his own. Other characters are like, listen, I can do this on my own, and then they get amped. They're like, well, okay, maybe not.
Listen, I was dominating the fight the entire time, but he could have beaten me.
How nice of us.
I think he's talking about One Piece. He might be talking about One Piece, actually. That is the... Other than Hellboy, who's a good Nero matchup? Hellboy's not a good Nero matchup. And I don't have an answer for that.
All the Aether buff did is let us create the fists around our hand. That's all it did. Fun fact, this is also the only time where Ifrit ever uses magic in an element that's not fire.
I mean, I know it's not good, but you don't have to say that.
We got hit by it last time, so that's why we're going with this one.
Superman could have his powers taken away. Without Red Suns. I'm so used to him losing powers under Red Sun. This guy just was like, I can just give your powers back. It's like, oh, that's great. I can also take them away. Damn it. Life's a bitch like that. Luffy, Naruto, Joy Boy, Ashura, Imu, Kagura, Blackbread, his brother to the Image Clan, aka Indra, Domi Reversal, Reanimation Jutsu. Oh, I think he was referring to One Piece. Domi Reversal, Zetsu Army Reanimation. Could never be Riku or Aqua, or Terra, or even Shion or Roxas, Ventus or Ventus, King Mickey, even Donald. No, Donald definitely needs his friends to help. Donald's just willing to kill himself to win, but he only did that like one time.
That was goofy.
Yes. As far as Riku needing people's help, Riku's also more along the lines of Donald, where, like, technically there are situations. Well, actually, Riku technically does 1v1 everybody in all of his fights. Yeah, that's fair. Aqua doesn't, because she does rely on the power of her friends. She's just the strongest of her friends. And Terra's best moments in his character are his 1v1 fights. Shion's all alone all the time. Save for when she's with Roxas, but then that's when she's trying to kill him. And Roxas is technically all alone at the end, but he's using Shion's power. So it isn't just his power anymore. Though, well, I guess Shion's power is just his power.
Is that you?
Which, if you want to be fair about it, that's actually Sora's power, because he holds half of what Sora is.
Oh, yeah, Mangler. Look at the
Yes.
stream real quickly.
What am I looking at?
Okay, you see in the bottom right corner of the pause menu that thing called Active Time War?
Yes.
All right, that's what it does. That's what we were talking about earlier.
Did you find the thing you were looking for?
No, because it didn't exist. Devil was just wrong.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
It is.
You know that boy is going to maliciously try and find that now.
I mean, maybe he will, maybe he won't. You don't know.
If it exists, I want it.
Did Sora surpass King Mickey at the end of Cage 3? No. Cage 3 went out of its way to jerk off King Mickey in the Remind DLC to an extent that is actually ludicrous. The mouse got the mouse took control of the house. No. So like, we're expected to believe at the end of Cage 3 that like Mickey, Riku, and Sora are basically all comparable to each other, all fighting like the Nords, which are basically just versions of Xehanort, like Xemnas and Ansem, like his Heartless and his Nobody, and like Young Xehanort. That's what we're expected to believe, because they're all fighting in a 3v1 and they're all pretty comparable to each other. And then the Remind, which takes place after that, has him like run in and like fight all those characters. And then after that point, he fights all the 13 Seekers of Darkness at the same time while he's wounded. And he's like 1v13ing all of them.
So what you're telling me is that they got it correct, that King Mickey does beat Yoda.
Maybe? I don't know where Yoda scales.
Consciousness. We see now.
Anyways, Mangler, continue. Continue with what exactly?
What you were saying.
I remember when DB said Android 18 could... Did they? A little strange.
Yeah.
They must have gotten the number wrong.
They got that much shit for it that Ben had to come out and actually say that they apologize for getting that wrong.
They probably just confused 18 with 19, most likely.
No, they just like ignorantly assumed that she would have the same capabilities as Jiro and the Mime.
Sparta, you're gonna have to remind me, because I was going 3 different things. Xehanort with X-Blade is above Xehanort without X-Blade, is less than is greater than and equal to King Mickey. No, Xehanort without the X-Blade is actually weaker than most of the Seekers of Darkness and a good chunk of the Keyblade wielders. Like, the thing that people don't seem to understand is that like the old man Xehanort is literally one of the weakest Nords, because like he's weaker than base Terra, technically. He's weaker than base Terra, not just Terra with like the actual darkness. Like, he points out that like, you are stronger than me. He loses to that Terra, and it is pointed out consistently that when you split yourself into like a Heartless and a Nobody, that being basically holds half of what you are. They're only about a half as strong as you are. And like Sora consistently is able to scale to like Xemnas and Ansem, who are like half of strong he is. But Xemnas and Ansem aren't Xehanort's Heartless and Nobody. They're Terra's Heartless and Nobody, with Xehanort controlling a young-bodied version of him. So it's Xehanort's power plus his power amped up to the highest, plus his actual young, youthful body, then split in half. So that's much stronger than Xehanort is in a normal circumstance.
One cannot change one's nature through force of will.
It would be like comparing like
Mighty can do that.
sick old Orochimaru in part 2 to part 1 Orochimaru if part 1 Orochimaru never lost his arms, got it inside of like Hebi Sasuke's body, completed the ritual, and then went on to get like an EMS. And people are like, yeah, because it's technically Orochimaru, it's still back skills to the original. It's like, no, that one's clearly fucking stronger. What the hell are you talking about? Don't lie.
There's literally nothing for Titan Lost. I'll have to go through the Ultimania and see what it says for his attacks. Maybe his attacks will have a description that'll give him a buff.
We're talking
You know
about who
what,
actually
Jim?
needed friends and
There's
who's
always
going.
logos.
That the death of a man
Yes.
should be so.
You were always talking about who actually needed friends. You were talking about Roxas. Yeah, I was pointing out that technically. Well, actually, I think I said my piece about Roxas because I said that technically Roxas's powers are just soul at the end of the day. But when it comes to a lot of Roxas's struggles, most of his conflicts are done by himself because most of his missions are solo. Especially in the last week he's in the organization and the entire like 7 days, 6 or 7 days that he has in 2, he is entirely on his own. And when he fights Sora. Roxas do be playing in solo mode. Can Mickey hold back and nerf himself in every KH game? It's not so much that he held back, he just had no screen time. He just doesn't do anything.
Oh, I'm the main character.
Kyle. Stop.
What?
That
You
just
don't
sounds so
appreciate?
dumb.
You don't appreciate that mimic?
Oh.
No.
At least Titan
It's
Lost is an
literally-
awesome fight in this game. Yeah, I mean the Titan fight's pretty good overall. Can't really complain.
Yeah, maybe if I don't hear you putting some respect on my fucking name, I'm gonna send the lawyers after you.
Huh?
Okay, now you guys can accuse us of having the same voice.
The following options have been added to the Hall of Virtue training arena accessible via the Art Stone. The former allows turbo transform from the same conditions of regular combat allows to maintain its former and these options will change. Okay.
You know what? Roxas is still a better fighter than Sora because even if you take away his... Are you seriously going to use that example of that one mission in Beast Castle where he picks up a stick? Also, they took away Sora's Keyblade in KH1 too, and he still had a wooden sword. He could still cast magic. He could still fight Heartless. Sora was still a threat. He just wasn't as strong as before because he didn't have the Keyblade. Because a spoiler warning, you can fuck up a Heartless without a Keyblade. They're not intangible. You can beat them to death with physical objects. They're just not as effective.
You literally do it at the start of 2.
Well, Heartless, primarily. I was going to say that the novels actually clarify that when Sora fights the Heartless in Destiny Islands, he can actually hit them with the stick. It just doesn't really do any lasting damage. Also, the Heartless he's fighting are shadows, to be clear. They're a specific type of Heartless that's intangible, and he can hit those Heartless.
Wait, the Japanese lore book already dropped? Shit! Shit, are we
He's just
buying
not
the
doing any
Japanese
damage.
lore book? Shit!
Sora can still transform. That depends on the version of Sora, and that depends on the transformation.
Nice, Leia. I don't be able to sleep either. I read this letter. I'm watching you sleep peacefully. The moon we saw often look good together. Is generally in my face. Togo 2 seems to sleep comfortably. I don't think I'll be returning from Origin. I pray that I'm wrong, but I can't take the feeling something terrible will happen. The only one thing left for us to do is to grant Sid's our dream. There'll surely be a price to pay. But I believe it's you. You'll be able to accept it. I spoke with Joshua and our puppet as well. It seems they feel the same. We must see this through all the way to the end. So in case I never get a chance to tell you again, I love you, Jill. I've loved you for a long time, and I'll continue to love you always. Don't forget, guys. He blue balled her for 5 years. We have no much
So
for
I'm
nothing.
talking about the fight where Sora, when if Sora takes Roxas' Keyblade, Roxas is still dangerous because he can throw pillars of light at you.
We can't love each other like this. Who's good on the will? Okay, it shows you and you chose me.
Big ones.
Meanwhile, what we see happens when Sora loses a fight in his fight. To be fair, I think the way Yozora takes his Keyblade is a little bit different than how Sora does it, because Sora doesn't get rid of the Keyblade or doesn't convert it into a new state. All he does is just surround it with light and put it above his head. When Yozora takes your Keyblade, he puts it in a data construct and makes a copy of it, and then copies and replicates its powers. That's some like information analysis powers. That's actually good abilities. Sora just takes the weapon and then just puts it telekinetically above his hair
Is this
or above his head in the air.
Hey, Devil, you know what the lore book's online? Cause like low key, I'll order it. Low key, I'll order the Japanese lore book. I'll fucking translate it in Japanese. I don't give a fuck.
Yozora equal to post Cage 3 Sora. Yozora's probably stronger than Cage 3 Sora after the events of the end of the game, considering he beats him in both versions.
eBay assist me.
Also, if you lose to Yozora the first time you fight him, the cutscene plays for the ending, and most people are expected and scripted to lose to Yozora. I'm not gonna assume he actually beat him.
Motherfucker really wants $78?
Yes. Shut up and give me your money.
Chat, give me
How
one.
badly do you want to kill this first boy?
80 fucking
Is that the
It's
price
logos.
range for the guidebook?
So this is logos in
Wow.
Japanese. Or I could wait 4 months.
Dude, just wait 4 months. What the fuck? If you're getting the English version, why would you be buying the Japanese?
No, because remember them. You'll probably have to get both, because remember, they'll probably be sneaky little snakes and say, well, it doesn't say that in the Japanese version.
No, tell them fuck it. The English version came out more recently. Suck my dick.
Okay, let me run some math because I wanted to pay off my PC that I just bought today super fast. Let me run some math and see if I can put $80 aside.
No, it's not online. Devs drop it as a teaser thing. Can Yozora steal the X-Blade if Sora kept the Keyblade at the end of Cage 3? I have no idea. He didn't really keep it with him.
Yeah, it looks like
In theory.
Well, actually, is there shipping covered or no? Shipping's not covered. Oh, $5.99? If I order it now, it wouldn't begin until next month, anyways. What does Final 16 drop logos was?
Imagine if Logos does nothing but, like, dispel everything that they ever thought that Clive had.
Okay, so I could wait until March 31st. Wait, they have a Jill plushie?
Bro, are you telling me you're going to be getting it on my April Fools?
They have a Clive plushie too. Wait, Clive has blue eyes? We're gonna ignore this for now, but we're gonna keep it in the back of our pocket. Wait, your April Fools is March whatever?
No.
Are you
What do
sure?
you want?
Hang on. Let's see if there's any lore in here beforehand. Cool. Our story begins far from the shores of Visagia, among the civilization of the godlike Ultima Collective. No relic or writing of this ancient era has yet been discovered by mankind. Indeed, our only real evidence of existence is testimony of Ultima himself, delivered to our companions prior to the fall of Drake's Spine. About to keep the magic to the world, create a land where all life flourishes, and as to what shape their civilizations took, one can only speculate. Mayhaps its architecture bore some similarities to Ultima's works in Versailles, the lofty spires of every townside, or the canvas halls of the portrait. Its culture is more difficult to imagine, though based on what we have witnessed, it would not be unreasonable to surmise Ultima's shared collective consciousness, being possessed not only of godly powers of creation and destruction, but also the ability to separate and combine the spiritual and corporal forms at will. Oh, okay. Oh, well, corporal, yeah. That makes sense. First plushie to sell -1 copies. Oh no, Jill's probably one of the most favorite characters in the game for most people. If they made a plushie and statue of Jill, it'd probably be the one that sells the most.
If the English is, even though the English is more voice synced and seems to be chosen language to play the game from the dev standpoint, plus Ben and the English VAs wrote. Well, to be clear, if you were G1, your position would be that you would have to take logos in the English version as the predominant, because they went out of their way. The English version was the more version.
It is not known for how long Rowan's ultimate collective journey in search of such pastures. Eventually, however, they found them in the green, pleasant, most importantly, the rich land of Ocelia. Here on the twin continents of Storm and Ash, they settled and began preparations for the casting the spell to end all spells, one which would revive their fallen brethren and remake the world in their image. So the issue with the remake the world in their own image is that the guidebook implies it's just them taking over. But yeah. The mother crystals, to achieve this, Ultimates can require two things: a colossal quantity of Aether and a vessel strong enough to channel it. Acquiring the first is comparatively simple. Their flesh already cast aside, they fashion the mother crystals, massive structures placed strategically around the twins, each of which would siphon Aether from the land and transfer it back to a central location, presumably a vessel we know now to be Origin. Yeah, so I don't really know how that makes sense for the mother crystals to stall of Aether if their job is to send it to Origin. It's weird. Though the remnants of the Ultima tribe no longer had the strength to conjure forth the almighty vessels with which they had once channeled their world-altering magics, it appears they had learned from their experiments with creating life that flesh and blood, once summoned into existence, may spontaneously reproduce and evolve. Thus did they create humanity, imbuing each tribe with a fragment of elemental strength that might one day give rise to a fitting vessel mythos. So then when you and Ming are doing next protagonist swap, why not use Nero and Sora? No. No. Mangler, you want to respond to that?
And if I were to do Sora with any character, it would probably be with like another AR, not like a hack and slash, unless I got desperate and ran out of ideas. Plus, I've already used DMC for another one, so I would probably just use a brand new verse.
Wait, does that say eons?
Also, Zim never felt the need to actually put the last like 10 or 12 protagonist swaps in a playlist. So you guys do have a season 2. He just didn't label it properly. Even though I've been asking him to do it multiple times.
All he does is blame me.
I literally ask him all the time.
Is that an E? Is that an E? It took that many eons to get the fucking Aether required?
Yes. Well, eons can either mean like a really long time, a billion years, or, just like countless amounts of years. So yeah, it's probably a very, very, very long, at least centuries, millennia, maybe longer.
Yeah.
Was it too long of a time frame? Were you expecting it to be a little bit closer than that?
Well, because because Ultima is basically amped when you're fighting him, because I believe he merges with like Origin's core. So it would take him eons to gather the amount of Aether necessary, even if you believed he created the universe. It took him eons to gather all that power.
Oh, so he's like a primordial. He just needs all this time to do his feats.
Only servants.
Damn.
Heavenly
I didn't know
Service.
I didn't know he emulated both the flaws in the creation arguments for both Doom and Naruto, but also God of War. That's like 3 for 1.
The icons would later emerge, remained clustered around their mother crystals, obediently serving their master like honeybees in their hives. However, the state of affairs was not to continue indefinitely, for Ultima failed to account for the fact that evolution does not always proceed as one might wish. A species may, quite by chance, develop some new and unexpected attribute that redirects its destiny. While its creator slept, humanity developed free will.
No, I call bullshit. Sid is the most popular. Apparently, Sid is the most popular.
No, no, no. If we're talking like among the fans of the games, it's probably Jill.
Fuck it. Why not
I
swap
don't know anyone
Sora
who's
out
a
with a
fucking Trina Gill.
fuck it? Why not swap Sora out with the Tails protagonist? Because I don't know anything about Tails. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, what the heck? Huh. I wonder if the icons originally were creatures and then they just get summoned back into like creation through the dominants, because dominants weren't born yet at this point.
What kind of ability would you consider particle acceleration to be?
Par- Wouldn't that be? Mm, oh, aren't particle accelerators just magnets and like electricity?
I think they can. These are specifically
Oh,
manipulating things, basically energy bonds that exist at the subatomic level. I just assumed it was. Well, it's not quantum matter. Well, I mean, I guess it is at the quantum level, but it's not quantum matter because you're just messing with the way the bonds function by accelerating their speed and causing them to become unstable.
Ultima did not create the planet. I know some people argue, but Ultima did not create the planet. There's no
It's
statements he created the planet.
so the character is basically creating a particle accelerator designed to um, accelerate the speeds at which the energy bonds produce their energy inside their body in order to make them disintegrate. What was that about Naruto and God of War? I was just explaining
Ow.
how like. So what? Oh, I heard Kyle in the background.
He did say something.
Yes, I said ow.
Oh, he's in pain. Understood.
Thank you for your concern.
Oh,
It
there's
was more like a
the
description of what was happening, but yes, I am concerned.
Huh. To be engulfed in a bright light before transporting him to an expansive hall. So I'm assuming people are going to argue transporting will make it more real, but the art stone doesn't move him anywhere. So if the chronolith teleports him somewhere, that'd be unique to the chronolith. But it does say it's similar to the art stone, and the art stone doesn't teleport him anywhere. Unless you believe that every art stone just stops time for everyone else, but I don't think that's ever supported with any evidence.
No, you just take the information that you currently have, that it takes you to a dreamlike place and it takes your mind there, so it just transports your mind. It's still transporting him, just a part of him.
Echoes, strange clock-like constructs. Ugh. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I actually forgot that the robots you fight can't be destroyed. The way Clive beats them is he hits them so hard their plates start falling apart. Section of hardware as well as alternative progenitors. Now suggested it might in fact have originally been servants of Ultima, creating a time lost to memory. Wait, Ultima created the robots then? Yeah, no, I mean that just supports more sci-fi technology. That said, the following period at the very least have employed Magitech to successfully engineer replicas eerily identical in both appearance and functionality, such as is seen in the Sage Spire, where despite being masterless for a better part of millennia and half an automaton, continue to dutifully task with so powerful, therefore casting doubt on hypothesis the echoes serve only the false god. Obelisks, many cities and built around them, taking advantage of their soft glow, provide light after dusk, and to serve as a beacon for travelers. Clive has been observed interacting with monoliths in a manner similar to the way Twitch does with the art stones, but oddly, inquiries about the specifics of these interactions have thus been far met with a blank stare and eerie silence. That would make sense because the obelisks let him fast travel, so it would make sense that Clive doesn't really understand how the obelisks work. Because fast travel wouldn't be canon to the events of Final Fantasy 16.
You can fast travel without the obelisks. You just go to them.
Well, no.
You can
So
like you can be in the middle of the field, nowhere near one, and you can just go to one.
yes, but that's what I'm getting at. Is that like their sole purpose is to allow you to fast travel. So it would make sense that Clive wouldn't talk about what the obelisks do because lore-wise, Clive should know about the like how the obelisks work.
Maybe
Kyle,
Joshua has an idea.
Final Fantasy 16, but what the fuck is going on?
Kyle, glad you're
Uh,
here. In Lord of the Rings, Zim thinks Haradrim and the Easterlings are the same thing.
I knew what either of those things were.
Kind of yes and no. They're from the same place. They're just different tribes.
Well, Red Dusk. Well. Looks like they both come from the east. Well. Don't
Yeah,
you
the only time,
look
the only
sad?
time they'd be
Man,
different-
you could sense the satisfaction in that response. My God.
the only
Like
time they'd be
holding that in.
different. The only time they'd be different if you're referring to the Corsairs of Umbar. They're not
Haradrim
from.
are
They're not
from
from
the
Rune.
south. Southeast is still
Yeah, but
east.
Yeah, but they're all from Rune.
Well.
They're both from Rune.
Xeno Goku versus Alien X. I don't scale either of those.
Oh boy.
Oh, someone's putting Superman on trial. What is this?
What a fun way to end the stream. Thank you, Red Dusk.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, is Superman losing to Homelander?
He's gonna fight Homelander. I don't know if he'll lose to him.
He will be soon.
Homelander gonna get in there and be like, "Listen, you're just a sham.
Okay.
I'm the real, genuine article."
All right, last question, then we'll take off because I do want to take care of something before I go to bed. I guess before I meet up with Kyle later for his stream. Actually, never mind. Well, let's see. They're different tribes, Red Dust. That's what he said. Well, let's see if you'll get that satisfaction. Kyle. Mangler doesn't think Cynthia's guard chomp scales to Palkia's spatial rend attack. Kyle, go.
I disagree.
Cynthia's Garchomp scaling the Palkia's deck?
Yeah.
Do you think it scales?
Yes.
You realize that when they hit each other, the spatial rend hits it. We don't see the rest of the panel, right? It just cuts off there.
Okay.
So like the argument is that they cancel each other out. We don't see the rest of the attack total.
Yeah, but this isn't something that's like super uncommon for people to scale to the legendaries. For fuck's sake, like Darkrai could stalemate both a special rend and Roar of Time.
That's because
Darkrai is not a normal fucking Pokemon.
It's
Why are
not
you even using that
legendary
example?
either.
Wait, Darkrai's
Okay,
not legendary?
No, there are several Darkrai's.
How many examples of Pokemon that are not legendaries do you actually have them fight legendary? And I mean of the creation trio. Because to be clear, not all legendaries are created equally either. Don't tell me fucking Rayquaza sits on the same level as fucking this when Rayquaza's
Nah.
best feats consistently are stalemating Kyogre and
Darkrai is a
Groudon.
mythical
Nah.
Pokemon. Yeah, it's there's
Nah,
only one
Manga.
Darkrai, right?
You know what he believes? Nah, he also believes that Victini should also scale.
Who?
Fucking, you don't know fucking. Am I the only one who knows?
What did you say? I might have. I thought you might have said Dratini for a minute.
No, I said Victini.
Victini.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. When Kyle said it the first time, I heard Dick Cheney.
Yeah, I actually did I heard Dick Cheney, but I was like, no, there's no way he'd say Dick Cheney. So he must have said Dratini, but Dratini is Gen 1. What the fuck does Dratini have to do with anything? Why wouldn't he say Dragonite?
I just heard Dick Cheney, and I'm like, when did Dick Cheney become a Pokemon?
Would it be fucking easier if I said Heatran?
No. This kind of hurts that like the last gen I specialized my knowledge with was Gen 4. Unfortunately, you decided to pick a Gen 5 fucking Pokemon. You psycho.
Yeah.
How come Easterland's land is marked east? East of Mordor.
Red Dusk. Kyle told you they're different tribes. They just come from relatively the same area, so they're technically the same people. They're just different tribes. The same way
You can have like a country region and then just have a bunch of small villages and region. They don't all have to be like the same tribe.
It's kind of like how like everyone in America is an American, so to speak. But like, there's Californians, there's Texans, there's whatever the fuck you call people from Illinois.
We have actual like territorial boundaries set out among the states. We originally had them as colonies.
Can I get confirmation if there's more than one Darkrai or not? I saw someone type in Darkrai was a mythical Pokemon. Can I get confirmation there's only one?
The bias for the fucking Darkrai. There's a Darkrai that Ash and the rest go to Full Moon Island to fight with Cresselia, and then there's the one from the movie.
Shh, it's all the same
different
Darkrai.
ones.
It's all the same Darkrai.
They're not the same Darkrai!
Also, the Cynthia, I actually asked around about that Cynthia. That's not actually the Cynthia from the fucking Gen 4. That's her from Masters, which I'm pretty sure is a different thing.
Let me ask you a question, Kyle. A very simple question. Have these two Darkrai ever been in the same place at the same time?
Oh my god.
I rest my case.
You'd be that. You would really be that cunt who's like, there's only one Manatee.
Have you proven two existing in the same spot? No.
If I could,
Are we continuing the stream or
if I could do a soft and wet and reach my hand through this fucking screen and strangle you, I would.
You guys have yourselves a nice night. I'll be on Kyle's stream later. Everyone have a nice night. Thank you for your time.